What is the major problem, do you think?
Too much hormones.
Oh, no! Oh, jeez!
I hope you die.
A Methodist and the son of a bitch!
The Almighty says, don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Enough. I will hear no more of this Hebrew nonsense.
You little bastard, you attacked my stepson?
Do you personally dislike homosexuals?
Of course, they're disgusting.
Well, I can't understand none of it. This one begat that one, and that one begat this one, and begat, and lo and behold, someone says some shit to someone or another. Just how retarded are you?
In certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme. We're too wild. We're too out of control. We're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Steel Toe Evening Show. I'm Aaron. Welcome to the program. You'll love that new thumbnail. I tell you what, it's amazing. You can, I've said this about comedy. I've said this about broadcasting, just about anything you do. Probably in your life as well. You can have 99% approval rating, but you will hear that 1% and you'll just want to grab them by the face and go, what's wrong with you? You know, that's the sign that you're good at what you do. If you're bad at what you do, you get insecure and you're like, is that small voice correct? That's insecurity. That shows that you don't think you're any good at what you do. But when you acknowledge it as like 1%, you can go, what's your goddamn malfunction? I had someone today. It's just like fans of this show historically have been people who, and it's probably my own bravado that I put forth. They feel like I can't give Aaron a straight compliment. There has to be a but. I have to. There's been this thing with my audience for over a decade now where it's like, I can't show Aaron I'm impressed. And I've said it before. I'll say it again. It's weird. It's strange. From a show perspective, it's frustrating at times because it's like, dude, you're not fooling anyone. I see you, but I have to be nice because you're a fan and everything else. But it's like 3 people complained about the new thumbnails today, which means one thing. The new thumbnails are fucking awesome. They really are cool. I like them a lot. But like, one guy's like, this is an improvement, and it's nice to see Aaron putting in effort to the program, but he should let the listener design a thing. And I'm like, nobody has ever stopped any of you from doing, we've been about the most approachable, like, is from an audience standpoint. This right here, made by a fan. 1, 2, skip to my Lou, made this. By the way, I haven't seen 1, 2, skip to my Lou in some time. Did he make this and then say, this is like my parting gift, I'm done with you? I haven't seen 1, 2, skip to my Lou in a minute. But then again, every time I say we haven't seen so-and-so for a minute, they show up. Like, I was like, man, I haven't seen Honky in a long time. Now I can't get rid of the fucking guy. Goddamn Honky's everywhere, which some of you would say is a good problem to have. But, like, this came from a fan, but it's just like, it's this thing where, like, or like today, we'll have a miss in the morning, and Mondays are almost becoming miss days, and I'll be like, oh, shit, I'm not going to lean into the last 5 minutes because I know we're probably taking a triple digit L. What are you going to do? And then people will flood in with these things where they're like, you know what you should do is you should do this, you should do that, you should do that. And it's like, dude, we should probably just keep doing the thing we're doing. We declare victory 99.5 times out of 100. Like, we should probably, everybody just panics. And they're like, you should do this. And they're always like really bad. Like, you'll know you gave me a really good suggestion when I do it. Like, if you give me something good, you'll know it was good because I'll have incorporated it. Nobody cares more about this thing than me. And I will never do anything. Like, if your idea is garbage, I probably won't tell you it's garbage. I don't want to hurt your feelings, and you took the time to contribute that. But I care more about this thing than anybody, and I should. So if I don't do a thing you ask, it's not because I'm arrogant or anything else. It's because it's wrong for what we do. Likewise, if it's really good, you'll know you had a fucking killer idea because A, I'll thank you for it, and B, I'll use it, and I'll steal it, and I'll be very happy. But like the new thumbnail thing today, it genuinely put a smile on my face because I was like, I don't need anyone to say we crushed it with the new thumbnail. I already know. But like to hear some people like go, it's better than the other thing. All right, stop right there. That's all you need to say. Boom. Thank you. Appreciate it. But what you should do, it's like, all right, now you see that thing you're doing? That's the I can't show Aaron I'm impressed with him thing. Don't do that. It's unbecoming. It's unbecoming. Yeah. So Roots goes, we've been telling you to get rid of Johnny. I feel bad for Johnny sometimes on this show. I do, because I can tell that he's not interested in the same shit I am. And he doesn't want to talk about a lot of the same shit I do. But he'll push forward and he'll try really, really hard. And like, I'm a hard guy to co-host with because I get on fucking rolls, man. I get on, I'm dialed in sometimes. And I'm just going. And it's like, you know, Steph Curry's out there shooting threes and he's draining one after the other. And like, the backup point guard's like, well, you mind if maybe I shoot a three once in a while? And it's like, you should spread the ball around a little. But also, if you're Steph Curry, you're like, I can't fucking miss right now. And this guy's going to break my rhythm. And so, like, I feel bad because I'm such a glory hound. I'm such a fucking attention whore that, like, Johnny tries to jump in. And I'm like, no, you got to stop. I'm on a fucking roll right now. You got to let me finish this roll I'm on. And then people like Roots would be like, I told you should get rid of him. It's like, okay, yeah, but that's not his fault. He co-hosts a show with a complete attention whore who gets on fucking spirited rants, and he needs to find a way. He needs to find a time to jump in. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? I don't know. Welcome to the show, guys. I appreciate it. You know the drill. This show runs on one thing: your money. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Of course, if you send us money, we always read your shit. So let's get that show going in the chat. Let's see if you guys are right. You guys always say shows in the chat. Prove it tonight. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's jump right into it. I'll come back to you guys and check in after this segment. We got a lot going on in Minnesota. And when you've got a lot going on in Minnesota, if you're a radio personality, that's great. Because it's just like, it's a free day. Everyone wants to talk about this. People can't stop being consumed with it, you know? And I get that way too. My biggest problem is I often tire of talking about things before, like, the general public is tired of talking about them. I'm fighting that now. Like, I was trying to prep tomorrow's show, and there's just not enough really good stuff because all of the article space and all of the videos and the clips and everything that's out there is just the oxygen on this Minneapolis thing. And so I'm digging down into crevices of the internet, and like, you don't want to grab stuff just to be different because then you're cutting off your nose to spite your face. But you also don't just, like, I know everybody would probably do a 4-hour show about Minneapolis. I don't want to. I don't want to. But at any rate, this stuff that's going on in Minneapolis should be money for you if you do a radio show locally. Unless you're a guy who does sports and you're a guy who never does politics, and your whole brand is that you're the not politics guy. In Minnesota, that guy is Paul Allen. He does a 9 to noon sports talk radio show that's very popular, and he's the play-by-play voice of the Minnesota Vikings. So he's like the most visible sports guy in the state of Minnesota. He made an offhanded crack, just an offhanded crack about paid protesters on Friday's show. He said it's going to be so cold, I wonder if paid protesters are going to get hazard pay. Oh, my God, people lost their minds. Then the shooting, that Alex Pretty shooting happens, and then they start going like, well, Clear Channel clearly needs to fire this guy. And it's like, well, does Paul Allen have a crystal ball I don't know about? Like, all of a sudden he gets held responsible for something after the shooting that he said before the shooting? It doesn't make any sense. Now, I'm not a Paul Allen guy, and I always thought I would enjoy the PA downfall arc because I've always thought he was kind of a phony bag of shit who wanted everyone to like him. But I have to say, my morals of being anti-cancel culture outweigh my enjoyment of the Paul Allen downfall arc. This guy does not deserve to be fired. This guy did nothing wrong. In fact, I've heard people defend him by saying, while what Paul Allen said was insensitive, blah, blah, he still shouldn't lose his job. You got to stop bending just a little to these fucking vermin. He didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything sensitive. He made a joke about paid protesters. Now, I understand you might take this ICE stuff very, very seriously. I do. I live in Minnesota. I've been down there. I've watched this stuff. I've talked to these people. But that doesn't mean it can't be joked about, especially a nothing passive PA joke about whether or not, I've said on my live streams right in front of the protesters, I've said, if these protesters are paid, they sure are earning their money in this weather. And I've had protesters turn around while I'm doing that and smile. They're like, haha, it's funny. So this idea that we have to have a blood sacrifice to the liberal gods because this guy dared speak up, not even speak up, make a joke. Now, I've also said numerous times, you've heard me say this my entire career, if you're a dumb sports guy, don't make political comments. Don't. I mean, you're talking about an audience that gets fired up over a fake trade that you made up in your mind. They're ready to crucify you for it. What do you think they're going to do about shit that they actually care about? It's not worth it. And plus, sports guys are terrible at political takes, so they're going to step in shit no matter what. So I was hoping that today, I said on this morning's show, I said, let Paul Allen do his show, do it like nothing happened, bait these people, rage bait them, make them go crazy. They'll go nuts. They'll yell for 48 hours and you will be done. Smooth sailing. Same thing should have happened with my thing. Our station should have let it go. And this was like, I was peak cancel culture. But if you would have let those phone calls come in for another week, we would have been on our way and probably more popular than ever. And honestly, if I wouldn't have been so hot-headed, I probably could have survived it too, because I'm ultimately the guy who made the decision to walk. I just thought that what they were offering me, I couldn't do. I probably could have made it work just fine. But this Paul Allen goes on the air today, and I got to say, I think they're handling it wrong. Because the minute you put blood in the water, the shark analogy here is apropos, because once you put a little bit of concession in the water, they don't stop. It's Don Imus 101. Once you give them an inch, you've opened the door, they'll come in, they'll take a mile. You got to Katie bar the door and keep the mob on the outside. This was Paul Allen this morning on his 9 to noon show.
Good morning. I made a comment on Air Friday about protesters and the weather that was insensitive and poorly timed, and I'm sorry.
Boom, start the show. That's it. You can say you acknowledged it. You can say you apologized for it. But it won't be enough, and people will lose their minds and explode, so you can troll them and rage bait them a little bit for the modern crowd. That's great. And then you can move on with your show.
It was a misguided attempt at humor, and while it was never meant with any ill intent or political affront,
He's fired.
I absolutely and wholeheartedly want to apologize to those who genuinely were hurt or offended by it.
You're fired.
9 to noon doesn't formulate political opinions. We don't bash or praise political discussions or even focus on political issues. This time slot always has been a sports-centered space built to entertain. A place where we chat about sports.
Already you've said too
offer
much.
an escape from the heavy stuff and give listeners the distraction they need from everything else going on. As I've stated many times before, we serve you, not the other way around. We're very fortunate, and thank you for counting on us as long as you have. It means more than you'll ever know.
These people aren't going to like you. These people aren't going to be your friend. They're never going to forgive you. You've made an enemy for life. You're marked by these people. All you can do is wait out the rage. They'll always dislike you. They'll just stop caring about you. What you're doing is you are bending the knee to them like they're going to absolve you. If you bend your knee, they'll chop your head off. That's all they're interested in. So already this has gone too far. This sounds like a guy who's going to get fired.
My best was lacking Friday, and for that I am sorry. I am taking a few days off, but wanted to express these thoughts and my sincere apology with you before I do.
So that was a recorded statement, and then somebody else did his show today, and will be doing his show probably for the week. I'm going to go now and say that my he's fired radar is at about 55-45. Taking a few days off could mean they're going to try to wait it out. I think you wait it out on the air. You don't wait it out off the air. Because when they come back, they're not going to remember your last 48 hours of Super Bowl takes. They're going to remember, oh, yeah, that guy's back. Why was he gone again? That's right, we hate him. And the outrage will come back. The other reason they could be letting him take a couple days off is there's something in his contract about being let go and compensation and guaranteed money, and they need to work that out. That's the problem. So I'm going to say my experience with these things, this guy makes a lot of money and has guaranteed contracts in the 6 figures per year, and radio is not pulling in the revenue it did probably when he signed that contract, and KFAN has a deep bench. I mean, it doesn't take much to put on a sports show, and this guy probably makes $200,000 to $300,000 a year just for doing that show. The only people who can save him right now, the reason I say 45, is the Minnesota Vikings. Because if the Vikings tell KFAN he's still going to be our play-by-play guy, then KFAN's not firing him. If the Vikings start catching shit and the Vikings want to let him go, because he's employed by 2 people, the Vikings and iHeartMedia. If the Vikings tell iHeart they're moving on, he's done. If the Vikings say we're keeping him, it's going to be a bad look if iHeart lets him go and yet he's still on your radio station every Sunday. It's going to look weird. So I would say that they might be trying to look for an out in his contract, because they can pay someone $80,000 a year for what they pay him $300,000 a year to do, and they can just go get some guy part-time to do Vikings games. So I think they're handling this the wrong way. I think it's a mistake. You don't bend to this mob because this mob doesn't want your apology. They want your head, and that's all they'll settle for. They feel like if they get less than that, they've lost. So I think they've handled this the wrong way. $4.99 from Red Fox Matt. Thank you. Let's put the show in the chat. Why is Johnny so bitchy lately? Johnny sucks. Anna needs to be fired. I don't have an Anna. He drags the show down. Have Oz take Johnny's days. He is banning people on his show. Why is he banning people? Darth Nugs with $2 says, why is there a coffee mug on an evening show thumb? What, you can't have caffeine at night, you old man? What are you, 92? What do you have, osteoporosis? Oh, if I drink coffee this late at night, I'll never get to sleep. Shut up and pour yourself a cup. Red Fox Mad with another $1.99 says, F in the chat to fire Johnny. Now, how is that helpful? I ask you. How is that helpful? $1 from Anna Wall says, get a light like the Beanie Man. If the light is on, Johnny can't talk. It's not the Beanie Man who has, Tim Pool is not the guy who has the light where the co-host can't talk. That's Crowder. That's Crowder. Guys, stop putting F's in the chat. God damn it. Jesus. At least put a gifted membership with your F. Here, if you want Johnny gone, give a membership or $10. There you go. If you want Johnny gone, give a membership or $10. Put your fucking money where your mouth is. Prove it. If you want Johnny gone, if you love Johnny, put an F in the chat if you think he's the best. If you want Johnny gone, gift a membership or $10. There. That ought to satisfy him. Speaking of gifted memberships, Abel Graham gifting one. Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate that. Who got it? As Packer got it. Joey Caravello with $2 says Johnny was such a gay F word on his show today. Oh, God. What did he do? What happened? Was he sensitive today? Send me a Rumble rant and figure it out. Thank you, Joey Caravello. By the way, Joey Caravello is now ahead of Shuli Madoff. Let's put Joey in the riot squad at 16 for this week. Thank you, buddy. Eso Horny with $2 says Johnny afraid he might be thrown into a tent soon. Johnny afraid. I'm trying to see what that is. Johnny afraid he might be thrown into a bush soon. An island soon. Eso, you have to help me, and you have to take my mugshot off of your thing. Fucking dick. Packer backing, gifting a membership. Thank you so much. Oh, a camp. A camp. Is Johnny going to be sent to a camp soon? You know what, Eso? I'm an idiot. That one's on me. Hey, you guys are right. Show's in the chat. Thank you for these contributions. Keep it up. And you guys will continue to prove yourselves, which I appreciate. Joey Caravello, I don't think that really happened on Johnny's show today. I know he and I had the conversation on the air that one time. And he he talked me down from it, but I still believe he could do some kind of on the phone from home gig and make money. He'll complain, I don't make enough money doing this, blah, blah, blah. Hey, bro, my thing has always been this. Now that I've been running this for over 5 years, it's you become a businessman and you go, look, I pay you what I pay you. If that's not enough, I really do feel terrible that I can't facilitate that. But what you're worth is determined by what someone else is willing to pay you. I've always said that to Corey, to Oz, everyone else. Please, I don't want anyone to ever feel bad about what I pay them because that makes me feel bad. I hate that. But also, I don't pay them any less than anyone else is willing to pay them to co-host. So I think that's kind of fair. Sam Show says, Aaron, Johnny has plenty of money. He bought a second computer. Look at the price. I can't buy a second computer right now. Are you kidding? I don't want to put that much dough out there to buy a couple. I think I just want to drop a couple of grand. I got kids, motherfucker. I can't be dropping a couple of grand on a computer. Red Fox Mad with $5. Thank you very much, Red Fox Mad. Hey, guys, I am enjoying this very much tonight. Keep it going. He says the Sig Sauer P320 has faced numerous lawsuits and reports alleging that the handgun can fire without a trigger. The Sig Sauer P320 has faced numerous lawsuits. Google it. We talked about that today. That's kind of where I'm at on this thing. I believe that the gun fired. The agent took the. You see, the agent has the gun. Alex Pretty was unarmed, and the gun went off in the agent's hand. It was such a terrible accident. It's really horrifying. And I understand why some people are like, you fucking man. I don't think you guys honestly believe that, the ones who say that, because I think what you're trying to do, and I understand it, God knows I can empathize with this. You're taking a really horrific accident, a really terrible situation where a man lost his life and he shouldn't have, and you're trying to put it in a perspective that makes you not have to look at the ugliness of it. I get that. But it was a horrific. I don't think those ICE agents were let's just fucking cap this commie bastard. I also don't think that guy was trying to kill ICE agents. I think that gun misfired in the agent's hands. Probably not even the agent's fault. The SIG 320 is a piece of shit. But nothing's going to happen to Sig Sauer, by the way. They contract with the military. They're fine. The truth of it is, I think anybody can try to use it for their own political means if they're being disingenuous. But the truth of the matter is, that was a really shitty accident. It really was. Plankton with $10. Thank you, Plankton. Guys, thank you. This is all fantastic. $10 from Plankton says, Johnny interrupts and talks over you to an annoying degree. Pisses me off. Fucking annoying. Can't stand his nonsensical rants. He uses phrases that make zero sense. It's weird when people see things that I don't see. Or that I, not that I disagree with, that I just literally do not see. Red Fox Mad with another $5 says, same gun as the protesters' gun. Did it go off first? Ray Peacock says 8 shots is an accident. Oh, no. The number of shots is ridiculous. Thank you for letting me clarify. The number of shots is fucking insane. What I'm saying is the fact that there was a shooting at all was over an accident. I do think that Sig misfired. And it wasn't in Pretty's hands at the time. Redbird with $1 says, I said it would take a month for someone to die and Antifa to use it as an excuse to turn the city into a war zone. It took a week and a half. I mean, it was war zone. You know, over a week ago, they were slashing tires and, ripping through windshields and shit. I mean, I'd say it was less time than that, really. And that was when they shot some immigrant, But those guys are kind of trained to empty the mag. They are trained to mag dump in situations like that, which is fucked up. It's all fucked up. I think now is a good time. Let's move this Adam Carolla thing up a little bit. Adam Carolla had a really interesting take on this. And, I'm reckless. I will never get probably where I should be. I will never get that high up because I can't play the game. I can't throw out the red meat. In order to get up to those levels, you have to do one of two things. Shill for Israel or throw red or blue meat out, depending on which side you're on. I have too many thoughts and opinions that don't fit into the left-right dynamic. I piss way too many people off. My own audience, I piss them off. I can't do that thing that like Ben Shapiro's really good at, where he disingenuously licks his finger, or Tim Pool puts it in the wind and goes, which thing's going to get me the most clicks? And I guess I should be in the clicks business, but I'm more in the telling the truth business. And my takes are good and they're pretty right on most of the time. I'm wrong a lot like anybody else, but I'm giving it to you straight. There's no agenda with it. I can't do the agenda-based thing. And I feel like one of the few guys that have broken through not doing the agenda-based thing used to be Adam Carolla. But over the last 5 to 10 years, I feel like Carolla's just been conservative red meat guy. This was his take on the Alex Pretty thing. And I think this is a really good point. The only reason I don't think this is going to get more traction is it doesn't give the right the fuck the commies out that they want. And it doesn't give the left the burn it down rant that they want. It kind of cuts down the middle and speaks more to humanity. This was, we'll leave me on the big screen, Jules. And this was what Carolla had to say about the thing.
There'll be all different versions of people getting shot, but it will translate into people getting shot.
Absolutely.
Like if my kid was like, I'm going to go out and antagonize ICE officers, I'd be like, can't you just get on that nice Honda 125? I just want you to do a few hot laps around town. Here's what I want to say to everyone. You are relying on these people to do something that's not within human capabilities, which is see red, adrenaline dump, scuffle, pepper spray, have no idea who's armed and who's not armed, and not have anybody's gun go off prematurely. That's what you're asking.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. But not as long as human beings are carrying the gun. So you will get shot. Mm-hmm. You can go, well, that's not right. Well, I agree it's not right.
Absolutely.
But stay home.
Yeah.
Stay home will be the answer. And then if you stay home, by the way, then they can just do their fucking job and that'll be that, like they do in many other municipalities. But
it's a great point, but it's going to fall on deaf ears for a couple reasons. Adam Carolla will get called a bootlicker by well, just stay home, don't speak out when you feel there's tyranny. And it's like, yeah, okay, that's not what I meant, but okay, now you've lost that group. Okay, they're gone. And then on the right, you're kind of talking about gun control a little bit. Because it's really amazing to watch the dynamics shift when stories like this happen. The left all of a sudden is 2A. 2A all the way. Hey, come on, it's legal. He was a permit holder and blah, blah. And they're right about that. But they're 2A all the way, which seems disingenuous. Then on the right, we're talking about gun control. Well, you shouldn't bring a gun here and you shouldn't bring a gun here. What happened to from my cold dead hands? I have a right. The Constitution is my, permit to carry. It's just funny that when it's someone of another political affiliation, how quickly people have these deep-seated moral lines that can't be crossed. But as soon as it's lefty versus righty, all of a sudden they're morally fungible, if you will. It's unfortunate. But that was a great point by Carolla. We can have all these lofty ideas. And, that is one of the things about these shootings. And I don't think Alex Pretty should be dead. And I think it was a terrible, terrible thing that happened. But it goes back to that old saying that all the people involved in this have a split second to make a decision with all these different things going on all at once in a situation that I can't even comprehend being in. And we get the rest of our lives to pick it apart. And that's, again, people are afraid to make that point because they're worried it puts them on one side or another. I'm not saying that as one side or another. I'm saying that because it's true. It's accurate. By the way, this guy, I have to say, I think he is this next guy I'm going to bring up in the super chats here. I think he is a complete wigger retard with one synapse firing in his brain. But don't stop. Wait. I love him so much. And like the first time I ever saw this guy on like a Stalin clip or a Misery Loves Clips thing, I was like, this guy's a fucking retard. If I never hear this guy's voice again, I might be able to repair the brain cells that were damaged. And now when I hear him on other Misery Loves clips, I'm like, I like this guy. To the point now where I used his fucking catchphrase during deciding what to make the kids for breakfast on Saturday morning. Tommy Jordan with $2 says, let me co-host a show with you. Wait. I hate this Tommy Jordan guy. I should correct that. I hate that he's endearing to me. He's dumb, but he's harmless. He's it seems like a pothead wigger, but whatever. He ain't hurting anybody. But honestly, this guy, wait. I do that. I asked the kids on Saturday morning, I'm like, what do you guys want me to make for breakfast? I could have waffles. I could make English muffin breakfast sandwiches. I could make scrambled eggs. I could make this. And they were thinking, and I went, wait. And they were like, what'd you say to? I'm like, nothing. I'm as embarrassed as you are confused. Don't worry. So thank you, Tommy Jordan. And honestly, like all that dabble stuff is so hack. And I kind of buried that whole like community to the point where they're in ashes right now trying to rebuild out of it. If you cannot talk about that dumb shit and you have something interesting to bring to the program, I would not mind working with you at all. Honest Take with $4.99. This guy's coping hard. Who are you to say what people really believe? You have been caught lying more than any podcaster ever. I'm guessing that you're a fan of the really fat guy who lies constantly, like literally every day. Lies just to get a rise out of you because he knows that it's a very low IQ audience. I haven't. I know that's the cope. But it's too bad because, like, I know I was supposed to be gone by now, and I'm not. So now just the copes are repeating. I'm sorry. I'm really good at this, man. I apologize. And I'm sorry for being sorry. 191 Redbird with $1 says they are pulling vehicles over and searching people and forcing them to show ID and giving death threats while using the city's flock system to track people. Sounds like a lawless war zone. Look, man, I think, and we're going to talk about this more tomorrow morning, I think a lot of what's happened here in Minnesota is not the way anyone intended it to, and it's gotten completely out of hand. Trump and Walz and Jacob Frey all acknowledge that today. They had conversations. Trump talked to Walz. Trump talked to Fry separately. And they all came away with it going, Trump says this has gotten out of hand. Trump says it can't continue on this way. We've got to figure something out. And it seems like Donald Trump and Tim Walz have agreed on a couple of things, and we may be getting to the end of this. The only thing that sucks about it is that the compromise it sounds like they're going for is the one that I said we should do a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I said, have the state of Minnesota turn over all their criminal illegals, cooperate with ICE, turn them over, and then ICE can get off the streets, and this can be more of like a clerical operation where we get, okay, Minnesota tells us who, they tell us where they are, and we even maybe work with local police to go get them. That would be the solution. Instead, Walz and Fry, get the fuck out of Minnesota. They took this combative posture right away. Trump and Walz and Fry, nobody's more at fault than the other. You know, if you're someone who's going, it's all Walz's fault, it's all Fry's fault, or it's all Trump's fault, or it's all Bovino's fault, you're wrong. These guys all work to get, you know, I love that line from basketball. Well, it's a team effort, and it took everybody working together to blow this one. Well, I believe that 100%. Red Fox Mad, thank you for the $5. Says good description of what happened at the shooting. Try to sum it up for us, because it's not Friday. If I play all the clips, it's gonna be insane. Like it's not gonna be doable, as it were. Redbird with $1 says you definitely stick to your principles. Unfortunately, you're wrong way more than you're right. I mean, look, if you are like a big fan of the current federal government, yeah, you're going to think I'm wrong a lot. But I think history's bearing me out pretty well. Redbird with $1 says Adam's got a good take on it, but if you've read a history book, never once actually, never read a history book, you'd be an idiot to not realize this is exactly how Cuba and Venezuela fell to communist revolution and is a legitimate danger. Bro, do you know, I know we don't like to believe that America's ever at fault for anything, but you do understand America had a lot to do with why Cuba fell to communist revolution, right? Not saying Castro's a good guy, but our mafia and our corporations used Cuba as a fucking dumping ground. Gambling, corruption, sin, watching these wealthy interlopers get wealthy while the people stayed poor. That's what caused the revolution, dude. You really think that America wasn't part of the reason why the people of Cuba were so pissed that they overthrew Batista? Come on. Quit falling for the government. That's what I mean, Redbird. You're like, Aaron, you're wrong a lot more than you're right. I don't think so. If you stick to the government narrative, then yes, you're right. I would look wrong more than I'm right. But it was what happened in Cuba is you got to be careful in that America, not like any time in the near future, but America is heading down that path of communist revolution because our income inequality is getting so out of control, where on paper, and this really got heavy under Bush and then under Biden again, where you'd go, the stock market, look how good the economy's doing. But it's not. It's doing well for a very select few while working people are struggling. And when you keep getting told, when you can barely pay your bills, when you keep getting told that everything's good, well, it's just enough to make you pick up a gun and start a revolution after a while. That's what happened in Cuba and Venezuela, is locals got exploited and out-of-towners got wealthy. That's what happened. And honestly, to me, good communism creates capitalism. Bad capitalism creates communism, ultimately. Ow, wait. No, I can't fucking stop. I can't stop. Thanks a lot, Tommy Jordan, for showing up. I already don't like that I think about Tommy Jordan as much as I do. Ow, wait. It's fun to say. Like, if you ask someone something, like, hey, man, what do you want? Where do you want to go? You want to go to MC's or you want to go to the carpet? Ow, wait. Or you're like in an argument where someone, you're like, oh, yeah, you think he's going to do this or you think he's going to do that? Really? Ow, wait. Or the other option, I'm retarded. Rexstart parody account says they had to overthrow Batista. He was threatening Triple H's spot in Evolution. That's, you know what? That's a really good point. That's a good point. I didn't consider that. And now I feel silly. 309 of you checking out Steel Toe right now. Hey, man, things are going pretty well here in the first 30, 35 minutes. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. I'm appreciating you guys. Put the show back in the chat where it belongs. Put that show back in the chat. Trucker 18-wheeler with $1 says Abraham Lincoln was wrong for trying to sew the country back together. Oh, no. Oh, no. Is this country falling apart? Ow, wait. All right, let's do this Russian soldier penguin thing. This can't be real. I saw this clip going around today, and I know the clip is real, but this can't be what the guy's actually doing. According to the people who posted this, a Ukrainian drone took out a Russian soldier in Ukraine. Part of war, obviously. Now, to me, this looks like a Russian soldier who's dressed in a really heavy coat, and he's got military garb on, and he's putting a big overcoat over top all the guns and the ammunition and everything else he's got, and then he's got a hood on because it's really, really cold out. What they're saying this is a Russian soldier tried to disguise himself as a penguin in the snowy Ukrainian steppes, but was taken out by a Ukrainian drone. Now, I tried to look this up because Breaking 911 News is one of the places I use for show prep. And I was like, there's no way that's a serious take on this. Like, there's no way that Breaking 911 News is actually reporting this as a Russian guy dressed as a penguin, was killed by a drone. But I saw it like 3 or 4 other places. They no shit are trying to say that this guy was dressed as a penguin and the trying to get away from the Ukrainians by them thinking he's a penguin, and that they took him out. I don't buy. First of all, check me if I'm wrong, Sandy. There are no penguins in Ukraine. Again, could be wrong. Here it is. I can't play that. We'll get popped. Look at that. That is not, that doesn't even look like a penguin. And there he goes. He's done. He's donezo. That is not, again, I looked this up in multiple places because I'm like, I'm not going to fall for a gimmick. I'm not going to fall for a joke. I'm not going to be like, oh, Aaron, you fell for that. They weren't really saying he was disguising himself as a penguin. The only people I've seen posting about this have been saying straight face, dead ass, no, he was trying to be a penguin. Now, Silverwolf says that is AI as fuck. Is it? Is it AI as fuck? I don't know. Other people in the chat saying that, oh my God, now Russia has penguin soldiers. No! Russia does not. That's not what it is. Russia does not have penguin soldiers, guys. That was not a penguin, all right? I just want you to be sure. It was not a penguin. There are no penguin troops. You're fine. Thank you guys very much for your generosity today. Before we move on to some other shit, put that show in the chat. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. We are a listener-supported, donor-supported show, and we want to get ourselves back in the winning swing of things today. And I think you guys have gotten off to a great start, but it's important to hold that up until I tell you, hey, we're done. You're good. We're the only show who's going to tell you when to stop giving us money. No other show does that. No other show goes, hey, all we want to do is do a show. When we get our piece, knock it up. We're good. Don't worry. Let's go into, I wish I didn't have a Benny Johnson clip today, because I don't think anybody should play a Benny Johnson clip until he admits he's a homosexual. For honesty, how can you trust a guy's political takes when his breath smells like cock and he won't just admit it? Like, it's not brown schwaggert, dude. We know that you're not having brown schwaggert with crackers. It's cock. We know that. And now I realize I just put myself, trying to be funny, put myself in a position to claim that brown schwaggert breath smells like cock, which I don't really know either, to be honest with you. Now I fucked the whole thing up. Well, Benny Johnson had Kash Patel on his show because why not? They're both in the same New World Order fucking protection deep state group, Benny Johnson and Kash Patel. So they should be doing shows together. Now, this Signal Gate thing that they're talking about, Cam Higbee, who's a conservative, infiltrated some liberal Signal group chats about the protests in Minneapolis, where they were doxing ICE agents' vehicles and finding out where they live. And you had like the deputy or the lieutenant governor of Minnesota who was in these group chats and all these other things. And they're going, wow, look what we found here. Now, I haven't sifted through the whole thing. It looks fucked up. It looks like something people shouldn't be doing. Whether or not it's criminal, I don't really know. But Kash Patel, get ready to hate this guy more than you already do. Kash Patel says, don't you worry, the FBI's on it and we're launching a criminal investigation. And before you guys celebrate and go, yeah, go Team Red, I just want to ask you, why isn't Benny Johnson asking him about the Epstein files? Why isn't this, hey, you guys are launching a criminal investigation into a Signal Gate thing from yesterday? Could you dump all? That's amazing because this thing we want you to do, you don't even have to investigate. You have a shitload of files, just dump them. Matter of fact, you told us he killed himself. He didn't traffic anybody. There was no blackmail. Well, then guess what? Guess what's going to exonerate you? No redactions, no nothing. Release it all. Put it out there. Oh, well, we want to protect the victims. They've already said it's okay for you to use their names. They are totally fine with it. Fuck you. Release them. Instead, Benny Johnson's going to go, we're going to get these libtards on the Signal chat. And Kash is like, oh, we sure are, Benny. And Benny goes, oh, that's so good. People won't say that I love cock anymore. Yes, we will. Yes, we will, Ben. People don't forget. Here we go. Here's your latest political theater that's supposed to keep you mad at the libs. Well, all these people steal your money.
Okay, so this is breaking news. So you and the FBI and perhaps other intelligence agencies are fully aware of this coordinated effort to attack federal law enforcement, to impede them and potentially insurrect. And so there is now
see, guys, do you not see how phony this shit is? How much of a play this is? Now conservatives love the word insurrection. Why? Because it got used against them. But they denied the insurrection thing. They said insurrection, that's bullshit. But now they're all for insurrection. Do you not get it? Do you not? What I'm trying to show you? Quit calling me libto and saying that all these people like Dave Smith is a liberal and all this shit. We actually give a fuck about you. We're in fucking tears over this shit screaming at you because we give a shit about you. We're trying to tell you these no-account grifters are sucking your fucking balls dry and blue balling you. And they don't give a shit about you, and they're pursuing their own interests, and we're trying to tell you what the game is, and you go, no, that's uncomfortable. That's not what I want to hear. Libto. It's frustrating. All of a sudden, this cockholster loves the word insurrection. This guy who was going to get us all the Epstein files, which, by the way, they just don't look right, do they? Don't they look? Never mind. It's not important. This guy said we're going to get all the Epstein files when I get in there. And now he's going, yeah, don't worry about it. I've seen it's not a big deal. Don't worry. We're fine. You trust these people? Don't ever let me catch you trusting these people. These are bad guys. These are charlatans. Just because they say shit that you think is based once in a while, these are bad guys pursuing an agenda that they aren't telling you about. I'm too stupid to do that. Trust me.
Open investigation into these chats and into this coordinated network.
Yeah,
because
some of them
are fleeing. Some of them are very scared now. You can see their chats. They're very, very worried now that they have been exposed.
Good thing we're getting all these powerful people.
They should be. If they broke the law, you should be worried. It's that simple. If you didn't break the law,
unless you're a billionaire like you used to run Victoria's Secret and you organized underage sex parties through Jeffrey Epstein, and you were both Mossad, not agents, but Mossad sources. Then you shouldn't be worried if you broke the law. In fact, keep breaking it with impunity. Kash Patel, you fucking That's why, guys, just because you think they're on your side, quit giving these people breaks. That's how the left gets away with their crimes and the right gets away with theirs, because everyone on their side doesn't hold them accountable because they can't wait to go after the other guy. This is why I get tired of talking about this shit.
Nothing to worry about.
I get tired of fucking dragging people across the finish line. And them not going, oh, I see it. I get it. It's plain as day, Aaron. Like, no, you're just up to something. Yeah, you're right. I'm the one up to something, not the director of the FBI.
On that front. And so, we're going to continue, as I've said from day one, we will protect law enforcement. We will make sure they have the security and safety to do their jobs. We will also ensure that...
By the way, who trains ICE? That's right. The IDF trains ICE. That's weird, right? A foreign government train. It's not important.
Civilians have the ultimate protection of the First and Second Amendment. But it is my job to adjudicate the difference when there is a breaking of federal statute or state law in the furtherance of a crime or violence against law enforcement officers.
There you go. So Kash Patel says he's looking into the signal chats. That's good. That's something that the FBI should put right at the top of its list. That is something that we should be putting right at the top of our list is, making sure we get that signal chat. Hey, guys, you know what? Now our economy is going to get better. Now we're going to figure out who the deep state is. That's how we're going to drain the swamp. We're going to get rid of those goddamn no good signal chatter virgins in their basement. Oh, man. Numero uno says, no, he says, I'll wait is a stuttering John phrase that Tommy took and has been driving into the ground nonstop. Hey, hold on a minute. You have no idea how happy I am that I didn't know that and how much superior I feel to so many people online that I didn't know that. And dare I say, maybe because I don't watch Tommy Jordan and I only see clips where he appears, that I'm like, I like I'll wait. It's good. I guess if you guys watch too much of that shit, it's bad. I suppose. Ragman is very happy for us. 321 people checking out our B show, the evening show tonight. Thank you, Ragman. I appreciate it. He's now a member of our program. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate all of our fans. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow, and guys, I'll come right back to you as soon as you put the show back in the chat. All right, let's do this. The flashbang. Have you seen the lady? The lady picking up the flashbang here in Minnesota. I saw this so many times down at Lindale when I was down there covering that. And every time I saw it, I was like, ah! Like I wanted to scream out, bro, don't do that. But you sound like a pussy if you go down there and you tell protesters, I saw people grab those tear gas canisters or those flashbangs. I saw them come out, trail of sparks behind them. They'd land at some guy's feet. He'd pick it up and he'd chuck it back. And I'd be like, Jesus fucking Christ. How do they know the difference between the tear gas canisters and the flashbangs? How do you know you're not going to pick it up, chuck it back, and right before you let go, it's going to make your hand look like Elias Koteas in Shooter. You don't. I'm surprised this doesn't happen more often, but this person in Minnesota tried to pick up a flashbang yesterday or Saturday. I think this was Saturday, the day that Pretty was killed. And they tried to pick up I don't know if they thought it was a tear gas canister and they were going to throw back you've seen that before where they pick up the tear gas canister and they throw it and the tear gas goes off at the agents. Funniest thing I saw at these protests was at Whipple one day. ICE, the federal agents, didn't realize that they were the wind was blowing back at them, and they fired pepper balls at the feet of the protesters, and the pepper balls would explode and blow right back at the agents. That was one of the funniest things I saw throughout all of my coverage of this. But the difference between a tear gas canister and a flashbang, I don't know the difference of. I couldn't tell you. But I also know I wouldn't pick up either one of them if they were shot at me. I'll be honest. Here's what I did when the flashbangs and the tear gas canisters came out at protests. I'd hold my phone to where it was, but I would be turning back the other way and running like a bitch looking for cover. But I always made sure you guys got the shot. I always made sure that you guys got the shot, but I wasn't going to be next to that flashbang when it went off. So here we go.
Medic.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
So this person was decided to grab one of these flashbangs, and it went off in their hand. Now, do we not have the video of... I thought they had video of... So they don't have the video of it actually happening. They just have her running down the street yelling, medic, medic, medic. I mean, it's just... It's such an easily avoidable problem. All you have to do to avoid this particular issue is don't pick up the fucking tear gas canister. Now, you can pick up the tear gas canister and try to throw it back and accomplish nothing, or you can leave it there and run off. Your choice. Ow, white. Sorry, I can't. I'll stop now. I'll stop. Thank you, Wally World, for gifting a membership and putting the show back in the chat. Of course, you throw anything at us, we are 100% going to get to you, because that's how this show lives and dies. That's how this show runs. Thank you, Wally World. If you get gifted a membership, why don't you pass that on down to somebody else? Numero uno says, my point is it's not Tommy's creation, doesn't come up with anything. He takes things and runs them into the ground. Well, again, that's why you probably shouldn't consume Dabbleverse content. It's retarded. Watch every once in a while. They're all lol cows. Like whether it's, the top shows there, they've all built a hell for themselves. And that's why, Melton's, Carl's, all the way down to Tommy Jordan stuff. That's why they're so mad at me. I left. I have my own community. I don't need them. If anything, they hurt our numbers. And that's going to make them mad until they find another job. I will eternally live in their head rent-free. And I'm trying not to. I'm trying to be the bigger man, Ringo. But God, some days it's difficult. When people are like, we're all 15 of us are going to get together to destroy you. And they don't, and they fail. And they don't know how to escape. They have no exit strategy. I'm like the insurgents that won. It's hard not to be proud of that. It really is. I'm struggling with it. I'm struggling with being a gracious winner. All right, hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow, and let's go ahead. You don't like that kind of content? And fucking give us money when we're doing other shit so we know how to do it right. What do you say? I don't know how many of you have heard the news yet today, but Greg Bovino, and I think this is the last Minneapolis story we have tonight. Gregory Bovino is out as the commander here in Minnesota. He's leaving. He's being reassigned. I saw like the Cam Higbees and the Nick Sorters were angry. They were incensed about this. They're like, Trump is giving up to the left. Why is Commander Bovino leaving? And it's like, God damn it. Like all these kids out there playing toy soldiers instead of just listening and gathering information and being journalists. Like, hey, dipshit, Tom Homan is coming. You don't need Greg Bovino when the big boss is coming in. All right? Homan's going to run things because what they're going to be doing is after this weekend, Trump realizes this is unsustainable. And he knows he can't leave and he can't back down. It'll look like a loss. Walz knows he can't back down because it'll look like a loss. But they're all now starting to feel the heat public opinion-wise. They all look like buffoons who can't get their shit together. So Trump and Walz right now are negotiating a win-win or a lose-lose exit. And Tom Homan is there to make sure that he can kind of command whether it's the withdrawal or the change in role or operation, whatever it ends up being. They need the big man. They need the big boss, Tom Homan, there to kind of make sure everything goes well. But Greg Bovino being done, I mean, God, get a hold of yourselves, guys. It's a surrender to the lefties. It's like, again, that's how you think. And if that's how you think, you're never gonna understand what's really going on in this country if you view it through a left-right lens. It's Coke and Pepsi. It's all soda pop, okay? And we need to eat some fruit. That sounded gay. But here's Greg Bovino on his way out today.
We're in the United States. I'll be here. I'm going to continue operating in your town. I'm sorry, the taxpayers' town, not your town. And that's what's going to happen.
I regret to hear that. I will say it once more. You are going not welcome here. Check yourself.
So yeah, that's what he's like, check yourself. He's like, you are not welcome here. And then he goes, check yourself. This is why guys like this are perfect for law enforcement, but should never, ever be making like political constitutional decisions. You know, it's why I've always said Grady Judd is a lot of fun to listen to as a sheriff. He'd be Adolf Hitler as a governor. I mean, guys who are in law enforcement for too long and rise in the ranks of law enforcement, civil liberties ain't exactly their thing, okay? Because that's never been their job, civil liberties. It's always been, I'm the long arm of the law and I will choke you the fuck out. So, like, watch it. Watch yourself. Like, if Bavino had his way, in fact, he said today that calling ICE Gestapo or thugs is incitement and we should be able to take you down for that. That's what I mean. That's where these guys are at. And, like, I understand, like, in the job they have, that would make their job easier. So, of course, he believes that. But you can't let that attitude anywhere near the halls of power because, well, that's an insane violation of the First Amendment. So, Bavino's out. The big man, Tom Homan, is coming in. And it sounds like Walz, Fry, and Trump are now all talking to each other. And they're trying to figure out how to end this thing in an amenable fashion to all. And they will. And here's what the solution is. The solution is what I've been saying the entire time. All Minnesota has to do is the city of Minneapolis and the state of Minnesota have to agree. You guys are after criminal aliens. We'll give you our entire list of criminal aliens. And we'll serve them over to you. You can take them, and you can get the fuck out of our state. And then ICE will say, well, then we have no more reason to be here. Thank you very much for your cooperation. And unfortunately, in getting that lose-lose deal for both sides, 2 people had to be killed senselessly, and our entire state had to be held up for fucking ridicule in sub-zero temperatures for a month. So all for these guys to come to a conclusion that should have been the way. I mean, how many clips, how many shorts, how many things do we have out there on this channel alone of us saying, hey, all that's got to happen is this sanctuary city shit has to end and everybody can go home. And that's going to end up being the compromise that they come to. That I tell you what, when you see the game for what it is and it ends up being the way you said it was going to be, it doesn't feel good. You don't feel smart. You don't feel wise. You don't feel insightful because an idiot should be able to see it. And I am an idiot and I see it. You don't feel good that you were right. You feel really pissed off at all the shit that went wrong just to get to the point we should have been at from the beginning. It makes everything feel like a complete waste. Almost like the whole goal of this thing was to get everybody fighting with each other so they wouldn't talk about Somali fraud, the Epstein files, or Israel anymore. Again, just a wild theory that I have. Wild theory. MAGA Kitten says, okay, I clicked the thumbs up for you. Well, goddamn, why doesn't somebody get MAGA Kitten membership? And why aren't we just gifting? When I come back to the chat after a story, after how entertaining this show is, why aren't I coming back to Super Chats, Rumble Ramps, Venmos, PayPals, and gifted memberships? I mean, goddamn. Goddamn. You know what? Ow, wait. God bless people who don't know that. 337 checking out the toe right now. Hey, man, if these were morning numbers, I'd neck. But because these are evening show numbers, this is way up from where we used to be. Remember not too long ago when I was like, ooh, this evening show might be on its last legs here. And now back up it goes. Thank you guys so much. Keep hitting like, keep hitting subscribe, keep hitting follow, and just keep pouring that disgusting blood money into Steel Toe's pockets. It really does drive mentally irregular people nuts. Do you guys remember? Of course you do if you're around my age. Clayton Bigsby, the blind black white supremacist, the old Chappelle Show sketch. We all remember it. Well, life imitates art from time to time. And in Philadelphia, this happens so much. This is why whenever you see like a vandalized garage with swastikas on it, like a story, us doing that story, and you'll be like, why does Aaron always think they're hoaxes? Why does Aaron always think that those shows are or those stories are some big show of somebody trying to stir shit up so they can get attention for themselves? Well, it's because for every one of those stories, I get a Jussie Smollett, or I get this one, or I get the University of Missouri and the shit swastika, or, in Minnesota, there's been stories where people vandalize their own property to go, look at all the victimization and racism that's here. Well, somebody went into the Philadelphia City Hall this weekend dressed as a Klansman. You'll see it right here. They just walked right into the building in the hood and robe. And everyone who was there just went, my God, racism alive and well, bigotry, all of these terrible things, very clearly still surviving here in the state of Pennsylvania. And this is a shameful thing. I'm going to let this play all the way through, and you guys tell me what you notice.
You're covering your face. They don't want me. I need you to move me though. Okay? Oh my God, I can't get to look like this is like.
So everyone's like, oh my God, this is terrible. The Klan's in town. The racism. This is evil. This is awful. What did you, people are tweeting. Meanwhile, they want to tell us, forget about slavery. It happened so long ago. This is completely unacceptable. Look what's happening in the Philadelphia City Hall. What did you guys notice about that video? Is anybody? Nobody's noticed it yet. I'm looking in the chat of all the people who have written. There we go. Now a couple people got it. Is that a fat black chick? That's a black person. That's a black. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe they didn't notice it, like all the people getting outraged, because this went like statewide viral in Pennsylvania. It was a black person wearing the Klan outfit. Like what? Why don't you wear white gloves? I know I'm trying to help this person pull off a better racism hoax, but like, why don't you just simply wear white gloves to your Ku Klux Klan takeover of City Hall attempt? It's that rather than comically move the sleeve up to pull on your thing, revealing black hands. Yes, this was a black woman. The woman put on the hood once inside of City Hall and then tried to walk into the council chambers. She was stopped by security and then escorted out by Philadelphia Sheriff's Office. She said that it was a form of protest and a history lesson. And of course, people were making Uncle Ruckus comparisons. Clayton Bigsby, of course, had to come up during all of this. It's just like, if you're going to pull off a race hoax, I'd appreciate it if you didn't treat me like I was the dumbest fucking guy in the world. I would appreciate it if you would just try harder. You know, I know that's a weird way to say it, but like, I'm willing to be tricked by a racial hoax. I'm as susceptible to like a controversial racist controversy. Like, I host a talk show. Of course I want shit like this. Let me sink my teeth into it before you go waving your black hands all over the place. Ruining the whole thing. Oh, black hands just wrecking the whole goddamn rigmarole. Thank you to OG Anonymous Fake Dono, proving that the Venmo works tonight. Thank you very much. You know, I don't know if that PayPal's broken. I think somebody throwing in a couple of bucks probably could give that a good test. The links are in the chat. OG Anonymous Fake Dono says, I'm late to the show. What did I miss? Can I get a quick summary? I mean, I can do it a little later, I suppose. Ow, wait. I shouldn't embrace that. I definitely shouldn't shout it at my kids before breakfast. What do you kids want for breakfast today? Ow, wait. I'm going to be not Tommy Jordan. I'm going to be the reason that catches on in Minnesota. It's going to be because of me. Numero uno, Josh Denny fan with $1. Any thoughts on Scarlett Hampton? No. I have no thoughts on Scarlett Hampton. And if you need to have thought, first of all, if you're a guy and you're talking to Scarlett Hampton, I hope you're single, because if you're not, you're cheating. And number two, what kind of fucking simp, gay 14-year-old are you? The fuck is wrong with you? She's been getting one-on-one counseling from a fake counselor, and they are allegedly both going to attend Hunchamania. God bless everyone, and thank God I have nothing to do with any of it. That's about my take on the whole thing. And may God have mercy on their souls. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. 314 of you checking out the toe right now, and by God, do I appreciate it. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow, and throw some shitty memberships our way. So I have been following, if you watched this morning, you know this. I've been following the I Show Speed Africa trip. I'm not ashamed to say it. I Show Speed is like one of the biggest guys out there in social media. I think he might be the biggest streamer on the planet right now. And he's going to Africa, or he's in Africa now because, I don't know, he has black skin, so he thought he should go to Africa and like what are they going to do? Are they going to see him as a hero? Again, I keep comparing it to like Muhammad Ali or Riddick Bowe when they won the world heavyweight title. They went to Africa and they're like, I'm going to tour the place my ancestors came from. And it's like, okay, you're the heavyweight boxing champion. You literally represent the world. That's okay. It's understandable. It's understandable. But I Show Speed is just some dipshit streamer who sits in his house and a bunch of 12-year-olds go, he's like the best guy ever. I will say the one thing I respect about I Show Speed is he took that spear from Braun Breaker at the Royal Rumble, and it looked like he died, and he didn't. He is in Africa right now where black women are accosting him on the street and barking at him. We also showed today that like a bunch of ashy African dudes run up to him and hug him, and it's this weird thing where it's like it's part what the fuck are you doing, and it's also part you organize this is all fake. Like, I didn't know that this I Show Speed guy was a cornball. I didn't really know what his gimmick is. I didn't understand, but he's like Carlton from Fresh Prince. He's like a black nerd. He's a blurred, and he's like a dorky black dude who does wacky stunts and puts people up to wacky fake things. He's like, I guess, the black David Dobrik, except more kid accessible. I don't know. It's just, I thought he was like a yo, what it is, like bad black brother motherfucker, something like. He's not. He's a fucking Carlton. So he's doing this trip to Africa, and just the weirdest shit has been happening. Like clips like this. This guy is literally, he's like the black Bugs Bunny or Elmer Fudd. Like, that looked like a Looney Tunes sketch. He looks into the camera, breaks the fourth wall, and starts barking at a lady. And again, I can have some of the greatest takes in the world, be one of the funniest guys out there. I'm never going to break through. I have my community. They throw a few memberships my way if I'm lucky on a good day. Meanwhile, this guy barks at black bitches in Africa, and 50,000 people are watching it. It's enough. If you watch it for too long, you go, why am I here? What's the point of any of this? It's also why I laugh when some of these over-interneted retards start arguing with each other about their view counts. And I'm like, okay, I do a morning show that gets between 600 or 800 people at a time. You know, and even like on the big ones where we have 1,900 watching at a time, it's like I'm probably the high water mark for those retards of like streamers they know. I'm the most views guy. And, you know, even on one platform right now, I think we're at like 500,000 something this month on YouTube alone, and Rumble's our primary platform. So like, I'm the high water mark, and I'm a fucking nobody for all those people. I'm nothing. I'm irrelevant. I'm so far, I'm below irrelevant. So when all of you guys go and argue with each other about who's more irrelevant below that level, guys, stop. You're wasting your time. You're making yourself crazy for no reason. Accept what you are and have a good time. Now, this clip, this is some real shit. This is just because I Show Speed's a dumb motherfucker. This is him getting out of a helicopter. Now, have you ever seen, like, in movies and stuff, or even Trump when he gets out of helicopters, they all kind of duck their head as they run off, and people are like, oh, that's because of the wind force generated by the rotors. Not always. Sometimes it's because if you don't duck your head like that, the propellers, the rotors here, they'll cut your head off. Because as the engine powers down, those propellers come down. So do the math. Also, I think if I Show Speed is going to be in Africa, he should have to fly those African helicopters that all those guys have.
Let's go!
I feel like, bro, dip your head down. Because now look, as this powers down, the blades come down lower and lower. They would have cut his fucking head off. Or at least put a good dent in his face. Because those are heavy as shit. Like, even at that slow speed, that'll hurt like a motherfucker if that hits.
Could have got us, though.
Yeah, look.
That blade, chat. That blade could have got us. Yo, that's low. Yo, bro. You low-key maybe just saved my life right there.
Thank you.
I love how, like, I Show Speed goes and thanks that guy as if he's like, oh my God, you're like a superhero. And the guy's like, no. I'm just not a retard. Like, I know that when you get out of helicopters, you duck down and you get the fuck out of Dodge. And Speed, like, Speed almost belongs in Africa. Stop it. Speed almost belongs in Africa because he's like, oh my God, you have shown me the magic of not getting hurt by the great whirlybird discovery. Phil Herslet says, I Show Speed is like 5'3". Like, and it's true. It really is. Yeah, Bigot on Socialist Media says, check the bit rate. It really is him just going off doing retarded shit, you wondering if it's a work or a shoot. And then every time he's checking this thing on his wrist so he can check the bit rate and the viewer count. His vanity knows no bounds. So he's not like present in the moment. He's not present in what he's doing. He's like, oh, wacky thing just happens. Ashy African man just gave me a hug. Check the bit rate, check the viewer count, check the, like, not letting the moment breathe whatsoever. Wally World gifting a membership. Thank you very much, Wally World. That's incredibly generous of you. Hey, guys, let's just keep doing that. MAGA Kitten got that one, by the way. We were hoping MAGA Kitten would get one. Thank you. Thank you very much to Anonymous. Oh, hold on here. OG Anonymous Fake Dono on PayPal. Oh, PayPal works. So we got PayPal and Venmo work. Super Chats work. Gifted memberships work. And Rumble Rants work. We just don't know if the 5 gifted membership thing or the 10 or the 20. We don't know if Red Boys work anymore. We're just not sure. OG Anonymous Fake Dono with 5 said, Stuttering John is upset that you stole his catchphrase. How do you react? Ow, wait. Is that his? Did he? Because I don't know anything about Stuttering John. I don't watch him. I don't follow that world. I just know I've seen clips of that Tommy Jordan guy. Like, anything goes Stuttering John, I turn it off. Like, or I don't even click on it. Like I said, my lost interest, Stalin. And I thought that was I thought the Tommy Jordan guy made up. Ow, wait. You know what? I'm giving it to him. It's his catchphrase officially. It doesn't belong to anyone but Tommy Jordan anymore. Thank you very much, OG Anonymous Fake Dono. And thank you, NoPen15 Fathead, for gifting a membership on YouTube. Thank you. Those work. Those work. Thank you very, very much, guys. Again, that's how you put the show in the chat. All those memberships, all those Rumble Rants and shit. That's how you put that show in the chat. All right, let's do the Latin King story. I didn't know this was a thing. Like, you know how they say, Like, people attempt to commit a crime and they don't succeed, so they feel like they shouldn't be prosecuted for the crime. It's a really stupid attitude to have. Because, like, of course, like, you do a retarded thing. Just because you're not good at something doesn't mean you shouldn't be held accountable for doing it. Well, that actually worked as a defense of a crime. A Latin king in Chicago was acquitted. He's going to walk free after putting a hit out on Commander Bavino of the Border Patrol because the jury found out this guy has $20 to his name. So he goes on social media. He's like, I'll pay someone X amount of dollars to whack Commander Bavino. He offered $10,000. He put a $10,000 bounty on Greg Bavino's head and said $10K if you take him down. They didn't take a deal. They didn't plead it out. He said, I'm going to go fight this thing. Now, that sounds retarded because they have DMs. They have social media posts. He's a known Latin King member, if not associate. And he said, I want the Border Patrol guy taken out. I'll give you $10K. Anybody would say that it is utterly fucking stupid to take that to trial. It's a loser. Well, guess what?
Not guilty is a verdict for the man charged with targeting the U.S. Border Patrol commander in a murder-for-hire plot. WGN's Jewel Hillary is live at the Dirksen Federal Building. What has been the reaction to this verdict, Jewel?
So far,
she had to take off her Klan hood to do this segment.
Honestly, pretty quiet. Good evening, Micah and Ray. The defendant in this case, Juan Espinoza Martinez, he did hug one of his attorneys and looked, as you can imagine, relieved after the unanimous not guilty verdict came down around 4 o'clock this afternoon after several hours of jury deliberations. Now, at the height of Operation Midway Blitz last fall, the Snapchat message, 2K on info. When they catch him, 10K if they take him down, was sent by 37-year-old Espinoza Martinez.
So now they literally have the message. It's not alleged. It's not anything else. It's not like other cases where they can't produce anything of which they accuse the person of, which you'd think would be wrong and against people's constitutional rights, but there is no actual legal system or innocent until proven guilty. They actually had what they were accusing this guy of. Not rumors, not innuendo, not whisper campaigns, nothing. They had it. 10 grand, take him out. And he won.
Closing arguments today, federal prosecutors say.
Now, don't get me wrong. If you want to start saying that American citizens, as sovereigns of their Republican government, can start threatening federal officers, I think that's a great shift in the balance of power towards us. As long as you're broke, you can threaten powerful people. I will call it the Luigi Mangione law. I kind of like, is that the precedent we're establishing here? So if you're a broke ass, you can be like, fucking take that guy down. Kind of based.
Espinoza Martinez. During closing arguments today, federal
The catch here is, though, ICE was waiting for him after and they just deported his illegal ass. No, I don't know.
Prosecutors say Espinoza Martinez's words in that message, along with sending a picture of Border Patrol Chief Greg Bavino, show he intended to follow through with murder-to-hire plans. They say if he didn't mean it, he would have followed up with a message to recipients saying it was a hoax.
Oh, see, that's, of course, the great LOL versus v. Virginia case. Where if you put LOL afterwards, you didn't mean it. If only this guy would have put LOL after, we wouldn't even be in this courtroom.
Defense attorneys say their client's message was nothing more than words. They say no weapons were bought. Espinoza Martinez had less than $20 in the bank at the time, and there's no evidence of wire transfers. His attorneys also say one of the men Martinez sent the Snapchat message to isn't the ideal person to carry out a hit because of an injury, making it difficult to move and leaving him in severe pain.
Like, again, this is the I tried to rob the bank and I didn't get any money, therefore you shouldn't charge me. So he's broke. The other guy's a fucking crippy boy. And that's what, well, then it's totally fine for you to put a hit out on the Border Patrol chief, I guess. As long as you're broke and the other guy's gimped, you're fine. That isn't, I mean, it's a strange precedent to set. And again, as a guy who does not trust or like the government, I do find it to be a very based verdict. I don't know if that's really the message we want to send in general, that, hey, if you're broke, do whatever the fuck you want.
Espinosa Martinez has been in federal custody since he was arrested last fall. We do know that
if only Tyler Robinson would have declared bankruptcy. I'm kidding. It was Turning Point USA who had Charlie killed.
Will be released, but we are working right now to find out exactly when that will be. We did not hear from the defense attorneys or prosecutors at this point.
They're still cleaning the shit out of their pants, amazed that they actually won this case. Like, they were probably back talking to him like, all right, son, listen, these things happen. You go to trial. You fought bravely. You fought for your rights. And, whatever happens, what's that? The verdict's back? All right. Well, we kind of should have expected this. All right, now look, we can always appeal. There's lots of options after this. We, the jury, find the defendant not guilty. Your Honor, you've got to be fucking shitting me. We won? No fucking way. No, you won, counselor. Just take the win and go, all right, cool. That's, you know what? Congratulations. Now that I'm not technically your lawyer anymore, I had no fucking faith that we were going to pull this off. I'm just as surprised as you. But we got to talk about that whole, is that $20 in your bank account thing true? Ooh, that doesn't work for me, brother. Do you mind being a paralegal for like 10 months with no pay? No Pen 15 Fathead with $5 said it would have been taken more serious if Carol Baskin was on the hit list. Ah, yes, of course, that bitch, Carol Baskins. Thank you, No Pen 15 Fathead. I appreciate that. Numero Uno says the Kanye defense. I was only kidding, unless you go and do it. No, that's not Kanye. That's Nelly. I'm just kidding like Jason, unless you go and do it. Come on, man. Come on, there's no way. Numero Uno, I'm disappointed. You did not fuck. You fucking Canadians, I tell you what. Oh, man. Thank you very much, No Pen 15 Fathead. I appreciate that. I got to see, how are the standings looking? Do I need to update those? 16. We're at 18 for Joey C. So he's now ahead of... Hold on, I do have to change these up a little bit because we have Joey C at 18. And then we have Red Fox Mad at 16. There we go. So it looks like this. Kevin Law is in first with $40. Lab Glass in second with 25. IQ and Chill in third with 20. Joey C in fourth with 18. And Red Fox Matt in fourth with 16. Thank you guys very much for these contributions. Go ahead. Hit like, hit subscribe, make the show be in the chat just by throwing a couple of bucks our way. You guys, I'll say this. You're doing well so far. Bring it home. Make this morning feel like a distant memory, God damn it. That did bum me out today, man. I was like, God, I know that we had a great show. The viewership was great. Really something. And then I'm like, God, man. Damn. I don't like, people were like, oh, everybody's struggling January. I don't go with that. I find that to be streamer cope when they're like, oh, January and February are tough. Not if you're good. Not if you're good. We got an audience that expects a certain level, and if I don't hit it, I never put it on the audience. I hate it when I see people go, it's your fault. No, I mean, you have to be really good to get people to voluntarily hand you money. I mean, you gotta be really good at it. Red Fox Mad with $5 says, Aaron is the best show in the world. Johnny sucks. Everyone donate to Steel Toe. It's the best show on the planet. I agree with all of that except Johnny sucks. Why does it have to be Johnny sucks in order for us to... Why does that have to be the way it is? Thank you very much, though, Red Fox Matt. I appreciate it. Guys, keep that shit going. Just keep it going. Now, I got to change the standings again because now Red Fox Matt at 21 is now in third. IQ and Chill is in fourth at 20, and Joey C is in ice at 18. I'm removing Riot Squad. It's just fucking, it doesn't work for me, brother. There we go. Thank you very much. I love you too, Jane says. Now you guys continue to keep doing that. Red Fox Mad with another 5 says, so Aaron, are you going to take Paul Allen's spot on the radio? when anything happens to me radio-wise, I'm going to tell you guys when you're going to know about it. When the first show back starts. I am not going to tip anybody off when I make a return. Because there's a lot of people that it's going to trigger the shit out of. They're not going to be able to deal with that. They're not going to be able to deal with it. And they're going to have to wait until the first day. Because they're going to be so triggered and so fucked up by it that they're going to be calling, I got to do anything I can to get it canceled. So I'm going to make them earn it, I think. But am I taking Paul Allen's place? Probably not. That place I don't know. They never sent us a cease and desist, but I know they were another place that didn't like how much we talked shit about them. I cannot tell you how many enemies we made in our days on the air. I was a prick. I was a dick. Thank you guys very much. You're doing an amazing job. Keep it up. I am so loving this vibe tonight. 318 of you checking out the toe. Keep hitting like, keep hitting subscribe, keep hitting follow. Evening shows are back consistently in the high threes, which crushed, got over 4 last week, man. Thank you guys. So that puts me in such a good mood. You know what didn't put me in a good mood today? So it's been ice cold. It's been sub-zero in Minnesota since Thursday. And never once in my life has my car not started because of the cold. It's never happened to me in my entire life. Last night, I moved my vehicle out of the garage. I have some shit I got to get out of the third stall of the garage. I have the old refrigerator I got to recycle, and then I have to hang my new heavy bag in the third stall of the garage. And so right now, I can't get SP's vehicle in there. And I knew she had to leave this morning. I did not have to leave this morning. So I said, and it was, again, like negative 15 outside. So I said, I tell you what, I'm going to let you have the garage. I'm going to back my vehicle out and put it next to the third stall. If I wasn't so lazy, we just put them both in there. So I let her have that. So today I went out after the show because I'm like, we had a triple-digit hit. That kind of sucks. We missed by triple digits this morning. But I always feel better when I go to the gym, play a few games of basketball, lift a little. I don't even think about it. I'm like, you know what? You lost, but you're going to lose again, and you've lost before. So I was going to go to the gym. I go to start the Tahoe, and this is the first time in my life my vehicle has not started in the cold. Now, luckily, I have a battery pack, and I just hooked those on there for a little bit, and it was fine. I let it run for a good half hour or so, put it back in the garage. But that is, I didn't even know that happened anymore. So now I'm thinking that maybe that battery in the Tahoe, it's only 5-6 years old, might be going to shit. I don't want my battery to go to shit. That's gay. Batteries going bad are stupid. Potato Head Case says, I parked my truck on Thursday and didn't touch it until this morning. I plugged it in on Friday, but that was still a little slow to start today. Brand new battery, too. Yeah, it's fucking nasty, man. Nasty. My Lost Interest says, get yourself an oil heater, hang the plug out of your grill like a real Minnesotan. My uncle tried to do that old school, like using charcoal to help start a cold engine thing once, and he burned his entire garage and part of his house down. Yeah, fucked up. Numero Uno says, Toe doesn't have a heated garage. Damn, really need to start hitting that G word. I have an insulated garage. Is that a little better? Am I not bougie enough? I got to keep that regular man persona, that average man persona going so I can G-word it every day. If I'm going to get W's, I got to look like a, regular Joe. Can't have a heated garage, an insulated garage. For God's sake, we don't live in a fucking tin shack, And it's connected to the house, so really, how much do you need? 6 years old, time to replace the battery? All right, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Approachable says, I couldn't get my truck to start on Friday. I had to use my daughter's car. Last night, to make sure it would start, I used the auto start to fire it up for a little bit every few hours. That's a good idea. That is a good idea, my man. Numero Uno with $1 says, why would you think I would be caught slipping by you? What is this you sent me? Why would I be caught slipping?
I was just kidding.
Unless you're gonna do it.
Now, wait a minute. When did Addiction come out? My song came out first. Give me 1 second here, guys. Oh, Kevin Brennan's back on. He, rage quit or something earlier today. Hold on a minute. Hold on just 1 second here. We got to turn on the fucking captions, you cunt. Here we go. Because I don't want to get bounced by YouTube. Nope. 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 Here we go. Here's my song.
I'm just kidding like Jason. Unless you're gonna do it.
I'm just kidding like Jason unless you're gonna do it. My song came out way before your song. I think Nellyville, that album came out in 2003. When did Nellyville come out? June 25th, 2002, which I want to say is the same year that Usher's Confessions album came out. When did Confessions by Usher come out? March 23rd, 2004. So it came out 2 years later. I owned both of those albums. Yes, I bought the Confessions album. Is it gay? It's really gay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's, I owe you. Do I owe you an apology? I don't know. But I feel like I should make one. Michael Redan, becoming a member on YouTube for 3 months, says Pennsylvania is a commonwealth. Well, what an uneducated twat I am. What an absolute dick. Numero Uno says, just kidding. I'm just kidding like Jason is whack. I mean, it's not a terrible line. I mean, Jason Kidd was a very famous basketball player at the time. Let's check in Minnesota. I want to bring you guys the real Minnesota. I don't want you guys to think that these protests and all this other shit, I don't want you to think that this is some kind of, there's a map I've seen that shows how small Minneapolis and St. Paul are compared to the entire state of Minnesota. So I want to zoom out a little bit and show you guys the real Minnesota, which has nothing to do with protesting and all of that stuff. It is the suburbs. In this case, Coon Rapids, Minnesota. About 6 o'clock at night, over the weekend, reports of a gunshot heard in the bathroom of a chicken place, turned out to be a Popeyes. In the bathroom of a Popeyes chicken, and 6 to 7 late teens to early 20s ran out. A casing was found outside the bathroom. Authorities learned from a source familiar with the situation that it was Somali kids, and no one was injured because, as we found out in Black Hawk Down, strictly speaking, skinnies can't shoot for shit. So, you see, this state is not all just people rioting, people looting, people protesting, ICE invading the streets. It's not all Somali fraud. Sometimes it's Somalis shooting at each other at a Popeyes chicken. So, what I'm trying to say is, we do different shit. We have other hobbies. There's ice fishing, hockey, Somali kids shooting at each other at a Popeyes. I don't understand all the violence at Popeyes. It's so good. The food's so nice. Who has time to stab and shank and shoot and fight when you're just waiting to get that chicken and go home? It's just, it's a place where violence shouldn't live. Yeah, see, people in the chat are even saying, you know what, Aaron, that is so nice to hear. That is so wonderful to hear that, Minnesota does other things. Good. Because that's kind of what I thought. I was like, I'm kind of starting to feel a little crazy. Like, people think Minnesota is just this one thing. And it's like, no, we're so much deeper than that. And also people have been saying lately, they've been going like, oh, Somalis, all they do is commit daycare fraud. Oh, Somalis, all they do is commit feeding our future fraud. Oh, Somalis, all they do is commit autism fraud. That's not true. Sometimes Somalis shoot at each other at a Popeyes chicken. So Potato Head Case says they tried to steal the tip jar on the way out. There's video. I have not seen video of this story at all. Somali kids, chicken restaurant, Minnesota. Yeah, I've seen none of this. Actually, the first thing that comes up, Minneapolis gives $12 million to restaurant for fake child meals. I have not seen whatever video you say exists of this event. It's not that Google does not exactly. Teens shooting Coon Rapids. Teen dies in weekend shooting 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry, man. Unless you've got a link for me in the chat. Northtown Mall. Northtown Mall is in Blaine, not Coon Rapids, so that wouldn't be it. Nothing. They're covering it up, my God. Big Chicken is covering up all the Somali shootings that are happening. It's a goddamn conspiracy. Loaded Wrench with $2 says, I drove by at 7 o'clock on the dot in my drop top. That's a song, and I'm not getting it. Now I feel retarded. I feel really stupid. And you know what's funny about this is I don't even know why these Somali kids were at Popeyes to begin with. They don't serve bananas and rice. I don't get it. Conditioner on my D says, also, you owe me a thank you for the Zenny advice, dickhead. I appreciate it. It was my girlfriend who brought up the idea, but you didn't know that, and you also brought up the idea, so you do deserve some credit as well. That is accurate. Thank you. Conditioner on my D. I just wish you'd ask a little nicer. You guys are doing great today. Keep it up, man. I'd like a couple more those gifted memberships and all that shit. Sounds good to me. I just, you know me, I want to win tonight because you had such a rough morning. No, see, this is, I'm sorry, Potato Head Case. This is the same thing that I was on. This is the same thing I got. There's no video of them trying to. These rat bastards in Coon Rapids also tried to steal the tip jar before they fired shots in the bathroom, and there was a family eating only 5 feet away from when the shot was fired. Well, they'll adapt to Western culture and everything in a generation or so. We'll be fine. Conditioner on my D says, off to the sulk stream. Who's the sulk stream? Who's sulking? Don't be that. We're having fun. We're having a good time. You don't want to go off to where people are sulking and not having fun. Don't do it. Hobo is obsessed with the fact that we have a city here called Coon Rapids. Yes, Coon Rapids. Coon Rapids is a real city. I don't know how it got its name, but it's not one of the, like, Minnesota's a pretty liberal state, and nobody's ever tried to change the name. How did the town of Coon Rapids, Minnesota, get its name? Coon Rapids, Coon Rapids, Coon Rapids. Oh, here we go. February 9th, 2021. Debate arises anew over whether to change the name of Coon Rapids. Jesus, really? I mean, do we really need to talk about changing it? All right, this is 6 years ago was the last time they talked about it. Come on now. We want to hear about Coon Rapids and why it's so offensive that we can't have it anymore. It was a local nonprofit. The Transformative Circle is the group that wanted to change the name of Sauk Rapids. Of course, the Transformative Circle means something totally different 5 or 6 years later. All right, now let's try this again. God, they really just don't want to play this fuck. All right, here. You know what they want? This is what all of them want now. They're all passive aggressive with their anti-ad blocker shit. You don't have to change it if you don't want to. All right, here. Now watch. Now watch it light right the fuck up. All right, fuck me. I guess it's an old story and it really doesn't want to play no matter if I've got the fucking ad blocker on or not. The group Transformative Circle put up a survey online asking residents and workers in Coon Rapids if they would support changing the city's name. Part of that city name is a racial slur often used as a degrading caricature of black people. Now, in the 1800s, Coon Rapids was known as a place where landowners would hunt raccoons. Now, see, to me, that's where the debate ends. It's like, oh, Coon Rapids, it's offensive. We need to change the name. Why? Well, because it says coon. Okay, why does it say coon? They used to hunt raccoons here. Okay, so they didn't hunt coons. Well, no, not in the way that we're saying it's offensive. Okay, well, then the debate's over. We don't need to change the name. Unless raccoons have been afforded human status all of a sudden and we need to protect them, I think Coon Rapids can stay. It is one of those stories where you're like, you're either A, just looking for a reason to be upset so you can complain about something, write out some letterhead and seek donations and say, hey, look, we're fighting for you. Or you're really just kind of a secret racist and you like see everything through a lens of like black, which is also kind of fucked up. But no, Coon Rapids is cool. You can keep the coon in Coon Rapids. We can even make t-shirts for the city of Coon Rapids. Coon is cool. Coon Rapids 2026. Just walk around town. Coon is cool. It's an endorsement, really. We don't need to change the name. It's fine, you guys. All right, we need to heat things up and put the show back in the chat. Put the show back in the chat, you guys. This is retarded. This is unbelievable. Congratulations if you're a Cleveland Browns fan. You have a Pro Bowl quarterback. No. Believe me, the rest of us are just as surprised as you are. It is remarkably undeserved. And by the way, Jacksonville Jaguars fans, your quarterback, who had a good year, is not going to be a Pro Bowler this season. Shedeur Sanders has been named as a replacement to the Pro Bowl. Despite only playing in 8 games and throwing more interceptions than touchdowns this year, Shedeur Sanders has been named as a replacement to the Pro Bowl. That means that next year, if Shedeur Sanders is the starting quarterback for the Browns, they're going to call him Pro Bowler Shedeur Sanders. Now, J.J. McCarthy had more yards. J.J. McCarthy had more touchdowns. J.J. McCarthy had more wins than Shedeur Sanders. Maybe, even though Sam Darnold is in the Super Bowl, and Drake May, who was drafted ahead of J.J. McCarthy, is in the Super Bowl, maybe J.J. McCarthy can call himself a Pro Bowler still. I don't know. No Aaron Rodgers. He's not going to be in there. Nope. Shedeur Sanders. Sanders is now officially the first rookie 5th-round draft pick to make the Pro Bowl since Rams wideout Puka Nacua did so in 2023. Sanders has been named an alternate to replace Drake May, who will compete in the Super Bowl. Almost instantly, fan sentiment was negative after the son of Deion Sanders was picked over Trevor Lawrence, Aaron Rodgers, Cam Ward, or any of the more statistically prominent AFC quarterbacks. I don't know how you make this call. I don't know how you, this should get rid of the Pro Bowl. This should be it for the Pro Bowl. Bring back the skills competition, and that'll be All-Star Weekend. But like how they went in a room and went, I got an idea, Shedeur Sanders. Was this like just before lunch and they were about to leave and someone went, oh, Shedeur Sanders? And he said it half joking. You're like, yeah, sure, fuck it. Let's go to Popeyes. I don't know how he makes it. Sanders stood 35th in the NFL for passing yards. His abysmal QBR of 18.9 was the second worst among quarterbacks who featured in at least 8 games, only ahead of Minnesota's Max Brosmer. Hey, Maxie baby. No Pen 15 Fathead with $2 says the country Niger should change its name. I don't know. Why do you say that? I don't understand why that would be the case. Red Fox Mad with $4.99 says, Aaron, what is the best suburbs to live in the Twin Cities? Why did you move away from the cities? Work. Moved away for radio. I hear J.J. McCarthy will be traded for Joe Burrow. You know what's wild about that is I heard that rumor too. I was at Target with the kids yesterday, and they have Joe Burrow jerseys in the jersey section with the Viking stuff. What does Target know? Huh? What is the best suburb to live in the Twin Cities? Well, I'm partial to the north side because I come from the north suburbs. If you want to go live with the fucking cake eaters, there's like Edina, Eden Prairie, Apple Valley, Lakeville, Chaska, Chanhassen, like all those shitty fucking gay Southern cake eaters. So if you want your kid to be a fucking pussy, bring him to the South Side because that's where all the pussy kids live. North Side builds character. East Side, gay. West Side, look the fuck out. Some of those guys are a little rough. And when I say North Side, I don't mean like Brooklyn Park, Columbia Heights. Some of those guys are, that's a little rough. That's a little too close to town, Columbia Heights. That's a good stabbing spot. I would say Maple Grove is my favorite, although that's a little far away. But I would say Maple Grove's my favorite suburb. Otherwise, look, I love Shoreview. I grew up in Shoreview. Blaine can be a little dingy on the far end. Otherwise, I like Blaine. Coon Rapids is nice. Andover's nice and quiet. If you like quiet, I would say Andover. Andover's a good one. 09 Canyon says, Brooklyn Park, it's cheaper than Maple Grove, but right next door. It's called Crooklyn Dark for a reason. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. But thank you, Red Fox Madden. Thank you for putting the show back in the chat. That's how you put the show in the chat. It also puts Red Fox Mad in second place at $31. Looking good, you guys. Looking good. Just, hey, if you think we're doing the right thing and we're doing a good show tonight, hey, just keep the vibe going. I'm liking it. So, yeah, look, if you're a Cleveland Browns fan, you know this is wrong. You know this is gross. You know none of this is right. Come on. Come on. Hey, by the way, on YouTube, I'm loving the subscriber growth, and I'm loving all the comments of, I love your takes. I was really worried when we put shit out there, and we started bumping up. Like, we're like 600 subs heavy in the last 2 weeks, and like 600,000 views in the last 2 weeks. We're really fucking crushing it. I was worried that when clips started to come up and live streams started to come up, and we've tripled our viewership on the morning show last couple streams. Like, it's gone up 300%, which is incredible. Thank you again. But and the watch time is through the roof. I'm so happy about it, man. That's why losing this morning kind of really hurt, because I was like, fuck, man, it's been nothing but a roll. It's been nothing but good news. But you got to get humbled every once in a while. But like, I was worried that once we started going live, people would be like, this isn't the guy with the good live streams covering the protests. He's a little abrasive and opinionated and politically incorrect. And I thought we would lose a shitload of people. And we haven't. We haven't. And then today we went up again. And a lot of the comments have been like, I love your takes. This is good. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, I'm still waiting for the other shoe to drop and people to be like, I thought you were a friend. And I still worry. I still worry about, like, when I go to these protests, people go, who are you with? Like, I got asked a couple of times in St. Cloud. I said, I'm with Steel Toe Media. And here in St. Cloud, you know when people are from out of town, because, like, Steel Toe is very well known here locally. So when I would say Steel Toe, one of the women there who was like an organizer for the thing was like, hey, I used to really not like you, but you've been covering these very fair. I've been watching your protest coverage. I was like, because when you say I'm with Steel Toe Media, they get that little squinty-eyed sideways look at you. But thank goodness they've been checking out the coverage we do, which I appreciate. One lady was so worried about me being there, she made me cover my mic and put my camera down to the ground when she was talking with me. Turns out she was a DFL organizer and like a DFL media specialist who was at the thing. She wanted to know who I was so she could check up on me. And it's like, who the fuck are you to gatekeep like these protests and shit? I can be here with a camera covering this shit if I want. And second of all, I'm interviewing people. I'm being very nice. I'm being very fair, probably even hospitable to your protest. Don't fucking do that. I just want to check on you. I mean, she was nice and everything, but it was just that I just want to vet you. You don't need to fucking vet shit. And I'm like, oh, you're with the media relations for the DFL. Okay. It's weird that you don't want to be on camera, but like, can you grab me a couple people and bring them over and I can interview them? She's like, oh, I'm not here on a work capacity. And it felt very wink, wink. You know, like, even though I'm with the Democratic Party, you know, this is a protest for everybody. It's not politically organized at all. It's, but I'm from the Democratic Party. Interesting. Hey, remember that story we saw a few weeks ago about that car in Las Vegas that went into that pool. They've been able to talk to this driver and investigate it a little bit. You guys are not going to believe this. Did you know that this guy had been drinking before the crash into the pool? I know. Knocked me over with a feather. Here's Fox 5 News out of Las Vegas. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. You guys have been doing amazing tonight. Please don't make me beg. Finish it off. Let's go.
People all over the country have now seen the shocking video from right here in Nevada. You see it first here on Fox 5. The security camera that caught the suspected drunk driver in Laughlin smashing through a backyard wall, going airborne, then landing in that pool there.
One more time.
Miraculously, the driver of the country have now seen the shocking video from
that.
right here.
Couple of things. How the fuck do you? So I'm guessing you're going really way too fast down the street, and your tire catches the curb, and just some wind gets under there, sends you up in the air. Because that is, you got some launch there, sweetheart. And then to just flip like that, and that's the thing about being drunk and driving, is they say your muscles are really relaxed because you're hammered and you have bad reaction time, so you actually get hurt less. I thought for sure when the vehicle skipped over the pool and then the body was lying in the pool, I was like, well, they're fucking dead easily.
All over the country have now seen the shocking video from right here in Nevada. You see it first here.
I mean, she was straight up thrown from the vehicle. You see her splash as the car is in the air. She gets ejected from the vehicle during, and the fact that she landed in water is the only thing that saved her stupid drunk ass. One more time, then we'll continue.
Have now seen the shocking video.
Look at that right there. You saw the splash.
In Nevada. You see it first here on Fox 5. The security camera that caught the suspected drunk driver in Laughlin smashing through a backyard wall, going airborne, then landing in that pool there. Miraculously, the driver was okay and able to walk to an ambulance. Now, the driver survived the crash and the fall, but now we have more.
That's too bad. You know, tragedies in every story, I suppose.
Of an idea of what led up to this. A police report says the driver admitted to drinking before the crash. Fox 5's Victoria Saha.
What? I don't believe it. Come on, you don't need to say that. Who are you protecting? You mean before you were driving at an irresponsible rate of speed, swerved to the side, hit the curb, flew over a brick wall, and then landed in a pool and laid there like you were lounging on a summer day? You're telling me that you were inebriated? Don't give it away. Don't make it so easy on them.
Has more.
The destruction. I mean, everything was just blown up. I mean, the patio's literally on the ground. There's a ladies floating in my pool.
That crash has homeowner Cletus Reed shook up.
Of course his name is Cletus. That's just, Cletus is probably a really nice guy too. Just a good dude, Cletus. Poor Cletus. Some drunk lady landed in your pool, Cletus. That's really a bitch. Poor Cletus doesn't deserve a fucking drunk lady laying in his pool.
5 obtained the police report. It shows us new details about how this car went airborne after smashing through Reed's backyard wall and caused the driver to land in his pool. That is, before Reed pulled her out himself.
Are you okay?
The police report.
Who gives a shit, dude? You're going to be on the phone with the insurance company all day tomorrow. Who gives a flying fuck if she's okay? Search her vehicle for booze. You get to keep whatever you find. This is like one of those video games where you can just loot the damn thing. Oof. I mean, is she lucky or not lucky that she was ejected from the car? Because that thing is pancaked. But also, if she landed anywhere but that spot in the pool, she's a stain on the deck, on the patio.
The driver was leaving her job and headed to her home, but instead smashed through Reed's backyard blocks away. Officers said—
Wait, you were on your way home from work? And you admit that you were drunk? Hell of a job you have.
When they showed up, they smelled alcohol on her. While speaking to police, the driver admitted to drinking 2 beers and having a shot of Jameson. An earlier crash report says when she got behind the wheel, she was speeding and blew through a stop sign. Police skipped the field sobriety test because she was injured. Instead, she was taken to the hospital. As for Reed, the damage left behind was extensive.
Not to make light of it, but is this the most excitement Laughlin has seen in a while?
I would absolutely say that. I had 10 visitors to 15 the next day, literally walking up this dirt path and poking their head.
He's now fixing this pool house while still waiting for his resort pool to be drained completely. Victoria Saha, Fox 5 News.
And, you probably have to go through this woman's auto insurance. And I can't imagine that that's going to be a very speedy process at all. Oh, just a headache you didn't need. Yeah, that's a good point. I wonder if she isn't a bartender. That's probably what she's doing. She had 2 beers and a shot of Jameson while at work. Bartender would make sense. Liven up a little bit. Let's make the show in the chat. I got nothing to read. No. Oh, you don't understand. I lost by triple digits this morning. Ain't no free chat charity today. I'm doing a good show. I get that, but I'm doing this show for business 100%. So be generous if you like the show. If we're doing a good job, I need to know monetarily tonight. Venmo, PayPal, Streamlabs, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, etc. I ain't begging tonight. I don't have it in me. I'm going to smile. I'm going to play a new song. I'm going to put in the best effort I can. But I'd really like an easy win tonight. I'll level with my audience. This guy's the coolest Amish guy who ever lived and probably hammered. I mean, no doubt the Amish can drink a little bit from time to time. This guy's got serious problems. But he's awesome. He's cool. You know, I've watched so much of this country become such giant pussies about ice and cold and snow. I have no sympathy in my heart. Here in Minnesota, we haven't been above 0 since last Wednesday. It's been a long time. So forgive me if you wake up in the morning and you go, oh my God, what's this slippery stuff on the ground? You'll be fine. Walk slow. You'll be okay. We've been living in a barren winter hellscape a la Napoleon in Moscow in 1812. I don't want to hear about it. So to see somebody not panicking and to see somebody having a little fun out in this cold rather than people going, oh my God. You know, I feel like, you know, when Lieutenant Dan asked Forrest Gump, do you have any idea what it's like not to be able to use your legs? And Forrest is like, yes, sir, I do. I feel like anytime one of these assholes from like New York or like down south now, they got some ice. So, oh my God, our titties hurt. Anytime any of these southern people are like, do you know what it's like to have it be this cold out? Bro, we wear short sleeves when the weather hits 50. Get the fuck out of here. What the only saving grace Minnesota has after all this embarrassment we've gone through the past couple of years now is that we can out-tough you in the elements. You guys are fucking bitches. You can be, oh, we're so badass, we're so hardcore. You don't know cold like Minnesota cold. It's bad here, man, and it's flat, and it's windy, and it's snowy, and the snow blows around. You know that the snow here doesn't even have to be falling to fuck with you. It can already be on the ground. The roads can be paved, but if the wind picks up, take you right off the road. We're a lot tougher than you guys when it comes to the winter time. Not so much when it comes to peaceful protests. So this is an Amish guy, I believe, in Pennsylvania. I just assume all the Amish live there. Pennsylvania and Ohio, really. And instead of him going, but it's so cold, what are we going to do? This motherfucker's doing donuts in the street with his horse and buggy. Let's full screen this guy, Jules. Look at this guy. Oh, we got to mute it because of fucking YouTube. Look at this. The horse is he's just whipping the carriage around. And no, this is not AI before you ask. That's a shoot, my friend. That is a shoot. The Amish are balling out in Pennsylvania. That's just nice. It's nice to see because I see so many of you guys. And here in Minnesota, it can be that way too. Like a little bit of snowfall starts falling. And then you go on the highway. And it's just, people are slowing down to like 20, 30 miles per hour. And you're just like, guys, it's fine. It's in the air. It's not accumulating on the street. You're going to be okay. I love that the Amish are like that. They don't have our problems. They don't have our issues. All right, you guys are right. That fucking sucked. I went back to the chat to see if there was anything. No, you're right. No, you're right. I've got a half hour left and I'm panicking. You know what, too? I was like, no, I'm not going to do it tonight. I was talking to SP earlier and I'm like, I was in such a fuck it, I don't care mood. I'm like, no, whatever it is, it's going to be tonight. I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to do any of that. I already lost. Fuck it. And now I fucking lied to myself. I can't help it. I do it every goddamn time. So now it's 30 minutes left. We got off to a great start. And like always, it tapers off. And, I'm doing that shit. Oh, I can't help it. I can't help it. Help yourself make it a better show. Put the show back in the chat. Come on. I'll go to the next thing here. A Florida congressman is... I'm sorry. The Florida congressman was the victim. Yeah, I'm falling apart. I'm falling apart. You can tell I'm falling apart. A 28-year-old man was arrested at... Oh, by the way, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel. This is the last of our stories coming to the end here. 2 losses in a day. Shut. 28-year-old man was arrested after punching Representative Maxwell Frost, who represents Florida's 10th congressional district. Kind of worth it, right? If you don't go to jail for too long, who hasn't wanted to punch their congressman or a senator or something like that? Like, depending on what the punishment is, like if you can get, I don't know, 2 years probation, no jail time, boom, just one time. Like, but it can't just be you punch a guy and then you find out he's a congressman. It's got to be like, release the Epstein files, you fucking bitch, and then wham. It's just like, it's like in Mighty Ducks 2 where he's like 2 minutes. He's like 2 minutes, well worth it. If you get to, take one of these fucking people who pretended that they were down, like if Kash Patel's there and he's like, oh, what Epstein files? Wham! And then they go, all right, no jail time. And like, whatever punishment you get me after that, totally fine. Totally worth it. But then also, we're not going to get the Epstein files because they're going to say, oh, hate crimes now being committed against Indian head of the FBI over Epstein files. Can we really trust the American people to handle what's in these files if they can't stop being violent? Frost said in a social media post that the man told him that President Donald Trump was going to deport him before the attack. The congressman said the man fled while screaming racist remarks, but was later arrested. Okay, so he's a real guy. I was going to say, this kind of sounds like it's going like in a Smollett direction here. According to a Summit County, Utah probable cause affidavit, officers were dispatched to High West Distillery. Not helping the cause. Ran right to the whiskey joint. On Saturday morning, we're doing this in the morning. Just after midnight. Oh, well, that's not morning. That's still nighttime. Just after midnight, after security staff detained a man, later identified as 28-year-old Christian Joel Young. Security told police the event was invitation only and that Young had been denied entry earlier in the night. Staff said he was later seen jumping a security fence, fleeing when confronted, and ultimately re-entering the venue by unknown means. So this guy's full of good choices. Police said that Representative Frost told them that Young approached him and a friend and made weird race-related comments. Oh, God. Pulled both men close as if hugging them around their necks. When they tried to step away, Young allegedly tightened his grip and said, "We're going to deport you and your kind." Boy, that's old school racism, isn't it? Your kind, your breed. Boy, this guy, he's 28 years old, but he's an old soul, really. The congressman said he and his friends pushed Young off them before Young shouted a racial slur. Ooh, fun, which one? Punched him in the face and ran into the crowd. According to the affidavit, a second victim told police she was standing near the bar when Young approached and began making inappropriate and racially charged comments. When she stopped engaging, Young allegedly grabbed her by the shoulders, shoved her against the bar, and yelled, "You are the kind we're going to deport. You're being deported." I'm starting to think that this guy's not all there. Police said a male patron intervened, restraining Young until security arrived and removed him from the bar. When questioned by police, Young initially claimed he did not remember what happened and said he did not know his own name. I mean, this guy's retarded enough. I kind of buy it. Like, it sounds like a bullshit story you come up with, but he's at least playing the part. Officers noted he responded when addressed as Young. Oh, well, that fucking blew it. "What's your name, son?" "Oh, I don't know. I'm so confused. I don't remember." "Hey, Derek." "Yeah, buddy." "Oh, shit. Fuck. I did it again, didn't I? Damn it." Suggesting he was being evasive rather than impaired, bar staff told police he had been served only 2 drinks before being cut off for erratic behavior. What do you mean only 2 drinks? Isn't that normal for people to feel totally hammered off of 2 drinks? I mean, I've been told that's totally fine. According to the affidavit, Young was found carrying a Sundance Film Festival administrative access pass that was not issued to him. Police said it. You've really got to hate a fucking congressman if you're jacking Sundance Film Festival passes to punch him in the face. Police said it posed a potential security risk and returned it to festival administrators. He's getting, he'll have hate crime enhancement for his charges. Frost was not seriously injured, so the guy hits like a bitch, too. He thanked venue security and the Park City Police Department for their response. I mean, I've never heard of Congressman Maxwell Frost. I'm not saying that any congressman deserves to be punched, but at least this guy, I mean, seems like kind of a low-hanging fruit sort of a target. All right, I'm going to click the chat. Fuck. Shit. No, all right. Well, all right. What do I got? 18 more minutes before I got to rattle the can and see if I can avoid the fate from this morning. Smile on my face. I'm going to keep the smile on my face. PayPal, Venmo, Streamlabs, Rumble Rants. I'm sorry that we ask so much of you guys. I really do. I feel bad on days like today. I hope we're doing a good show, though. If we are, throw us a couple of bucks and help us get to where I can't tell you where we're at right now. It was good like a half hour ago. It's getting kind of snug now. Mom sues Central Florida clinic after giving birth to the wrong baby. Now, this is a headline I can only read like in the 21st century where I guess you could say pregnancy technology is gone. How do you give birth to the wrong baby? There was a baby inside you, right? And it came out. It seems like that would make it the right baby. Like if somehow someone else's womb all of a sudden walked over, went into yours, and you gave birth to that, that would be the wrong. I really don't think if it comes out of your body, it can be the wrong baby. But let's figure it out while hopefully I'm not just killing time with this story and you guys feel like I'm doing a good job. Let's try to have some fun during this one. Please and thank you, you guys.
A Central Florida woman is suing a in vitro fertilization clinic after she says she gave birth to a baby that wasn't her own. Court records say the
parent says embryo was switched. Okay, like is this maybe God telling us that if we can't have babies any way but this way, that maybe we should start thinking twice about it? Maybe like a message is being sent. Like I think in vitro is fine. What's the one that like Dave Rubin does? Like that thing that gay couples do that's like really evil where they make a woman carry a baby to term and then the baby like gets attached in the womb and then the gay couple just takes the baby and they make them sign contracts that the mother will never seek, to be able to see or care for the baby. Like that's just really fucked up. I think it should be illegal. I don't think people should be allowed to do that. But in vitro, which one's the one where like they try to make designer babies? I don't think that's IVF because that's gross too. There's a lot of like really almost satanic stuff we're doing with women's pregnancies that people are just kind of accepting and tolerating and being okay with. Like this one doesn't have the right gene here, so eliminate that one. This one doesn't have here. And out of like the 6 eggs that were fertilized, here's the one that I'm choosing. It's like, it feels like you're creating a lot of life to destroy it. And I don't want to stop people from like the miracle of childbirth and having their own family and shit like that. But like, I feel like technology, I feel like we have this problem where like, if we can do it, that means we should do it. Or like, just because we can do it, that means it's okay. I don't know if I'm down with that, but let's see if that's the case here. And you guys throw in.
Couple.
Sorry if I'm not doing a good job.
Went to the fertility center of Orlando last year for IVF, and the woman had an embryo implanted. But after giving birth last month, genetic testing showed the baby.
He was black. That would be, oh my God, the baby's here, and they hold it up. Oh, what the fuck? And she drops it, and she's like, oh my God, I didn't mean to drop the baby. I mean, I'm not racist at all. I wanted a white one. Not because the white ones are better. I just wanted it to be genetically This is awkward.
Is not related to either parent. The couple says they contacted the Longwood Clinic to figure out how to reunite the baby with her real parents, but the clinic never responded. The law.
Oh my God, it's a Somali IVF clinic. Holy shit. Oh no. Oh no, they're popping up everywhere now. We took away the daycares and the autism centers and the healthcare, home healthcare places, and now they're getting into IVF. Oh. Yeah, I mean, you can't get a hold of the place. Like, not only do you not have your baby, but now you're holding on to somebody else's. Somebody's got to answer the goddamn phone here.
Lawsuit is demanding the clinic notify other patients, pay for genetic testing, and disclose any percentage discrepancies from the last 5 years.
I feel like it should have to be zero legally. I don't think you should be allowed to have, like, fuck-ups of this magnitude at your in vitro clinic. Like, oh, yeah, we have 2%, we fucked up and you got the wrong baby result. It happens in 2% of our cases. No, you got to give people because in vitro is not cheap. Like, so it's bad enough that they might just end up with an ugly one, but at least make sure it's their ugly one, you know? I want to talk to some of you guys about this. Thank you very much to Abel Graham for gifting a membership. Thank God I can do a little talking to you, which is nice. My Lost Interest with $2 says a great way for a white woman to explain to her white husband why she had a black baby. No, it's okay. The Jews who run this place tricked both of us, sweetheart. That's what it wasn't. No, honey, it wasn't. I wasn't being unfaithful to you. No, look, it's like dark black. It's Wesley Snipes black, honey. It doesn't have any, it's not, it's purebred. Besides, I fucked a Mexican. Oh, God damn it. I got to stop. Oh, me and my big fucking mouth. Now, honey, if it came out with Native American features, then it would be a problem for us. That comes out of the womb and it's not connected to either of them. Whew, thank God. Thank God. She's not going to get busted anytime soon. We have we have two more stories we can do. They're rather long and they're kind of bummers. I think I'm going to steal from tomorrow morning's show a little bit. Oh, let's do the Satanists in Minnesota. Let's do that one. If I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose doing the Satanist thing. Thank you, Abel Graham and My Lost Interest, for helping this show out. I really, really do appreciate it. We have slowed down. Fuck, man. Jordan says lame racial humor from a lame broadcaster. Yeah, no, you're probably right, Jordan. I probably am lame. Like, I'm not getting it done today, like morning or evening. Just not... I'll do my best, man. I'll do my best the rest of the way. Just like, man, if you love the show, like I said, don't let it be a double fail Monday. Happy. I'm good. I told myself before the show I wasn't going to be a bummer about it. So just help out, do what you can. I know it's getting begging here. Look, I hate it too. I'm probably embarrassing myself badly tonight. Aaron, surrogacy is a multi-billion-dollar legal human trafficking business. See, like, that's what I don't want to sound crazy. I don't want to sound nuts, but it does seem like a bit of a fucking weird racket. This is something that a lot of people don't know. In Minnesota, like with a lot of states, you can just kind of put religious shrines up and have like your religious celebrations day in the Capitol Rotunda. So a lot of times what happens is Satanists will do this to kind of like piss off Christians. Like, you don't see Christians or Muslims or anything else doing anything to bother Satanists, like anything to purposely provoke them. But like these Satanists will be like, yeah, fuck you, Christians. I bet this triggers the shit out of you. And it's like, it always seems a little phony because it's like, go ahead and try that with Hasidic Jews. Go ahead and try it with, like, why is it always Christians? I'll tell you why it's always Christians. Because we're the most peaceful and we're not going to do anything. So you're doing it because it's safe. You know, you're basically doing it to religiously troll. So the Satanists are doing their thing again at the Minnesota State Capitol. And the only thing that sucks about it is like conservatives then like respond and they're like, this shouldn't be allowed. This is wrong. And you're like, oh, you guys, this is freedom of religion. You get this in our country. Do you want to be able to put a nativity scene up during Christmas? Well, yeah, that's festive. Yeah, well, then they get to put their Baphomet shit up. That's the give and take of freedom. And it's really kind of sad for our society that people don't understand that, because it seems like a very easy to grasp concept. And the fact that people can't grasp that, like grown adults can't grasp that concept, means that we're getting dumber. But here is the, I guess, the Satanist in chief, you would call her. No, not Tim Walz.
This is Representative P.M. Altendorf coming live at you from the Minnesota State Capitol.
And she's a representative. Oh, I hope she's anti-Satanist. Are you allowed to be, like, can you be an open Satanist in the legislature? I mean, I know you're allowed, but, like, are people voting for Satanists now? It's kind of wild.
I am on the ground floor, and as I was leaving my committee meeting today here earlier, I noticed that there is a new...
No, she's 100% against the Satanist thing, because she's got that, aw, shucks, I was out here and I saw a statue and it was really bad. She's got that Christ mom accent Minnesota deal going on, so she's probably against it.
Display here at the state capitol, and it's for Governor Walz. It's right here on display. So let me see. I mean, I guess I can't flip my phone, but I'll see if I can show it to you. So this is what we have here, everyone. Let me read it to you. The Democratic Coalition of Satan Worshippers thanks Governor Tim Walz for not standing in the way of spreading Satanism in the state capitol building. Satan has a special place for you.
Okay, I have no idea if this is Republicans fucking with him or if this is a real thing, because, like, actual Satan worshipers are proud of Satan and they do see it as a good thing. So I could see the Democratic Coalition of Satan worshipers being a real thing and liking Tim Walz and thinking he's good for religious freedom. I could also see this being a Republican troll. Either way, I think it's kind of fun.
That's right, everyone.
Because, like, if it's real, if it really is the Democratic Satan worshipers, they're doing it to get a rise out of her, so it worked. Like, to me, like, as a Christian guy, I'm more of a turn the other cheek to shit like this. Like, I know what they're doing. It's like, you're just being shitty. It's, you know, whatever. All right, get it out of your system, kids. Okay, all right. But this woman getting all right. I saw this and I went, oh gosh, you know, the Satanists, they like Tim Walz, and that's just not okay. It's like, lady, that's the reaction they wanted out of you.
The Democratic Coalition of Satan Worshippers, they have given some sort of plaque here to Governor Tim Walz. So let me...
Ma'am, deep breaths, not those shallow breaths. You're going to hyperventilate.
Be the first, I guess, to congratulate Governor Tim Walz for this very special award that has come from the Satan worshipers.
The janitor's sitting there like, can I finish mopping the fucking floor, please? You are in my way.
Here in the Minnesota State Capitol. Yes, everyone, this is true. I am live, not making this up. You can't make this up.
See, this is where word economy comes into play. It would be so funny if someone was hiding around the corner and they just went, let me take your soul. She's like, she would shit her pants, and it would be the best video ever. But, like, she ran out of shit to say about this a long time ago, and now she's milking it.
I don't know what else to say. I would think if you're Governor Tim Walz, you could choose not to have up this plaque.
Oh, geez, you sure could. Why is your voice going up that high? Look, I understand that those of you who don't live in this state see us as mutants, and I spend a lot of my time defending against those charges, but I guess if you watch shit like this, I hear you. I understand. I'll stop arguing.
I don't know why a governor of a state would want this plaque, but
he doesn't want it.
Let me show you. Here we are.
He's probably not. I don't think Tim Walz is courting the Satanist endorsement. I think Tim Walz is probably a little annoyed at it. He allows it.
Live at the state capitol, and the Satan worshipers have thanked Governor Tim Walz.
Yeah.
And let me repeat this. The last line says, Satan has a special place for you.
Yeah, that's, God, these like older soccer mom politicians of both parties are so easy to like get a rise out of. They're just so, like, they're troll bait is really what they are. They really are just, they're easy to troll. Hey, thank you, Steven, for the $20 on Venmo. He says stickers. Dude,
wanna fuck? Let's
Fuck! Absolutely. I have 3 of these stickers left. People give $20. I'll fucking mail them out to you. Send me your address. I'll give them to you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Guys, just a couple more of those. And we got ourselves another win for the toe. I also, I got to pick a new song for tonight. Because I got to, man, look, if I'm losing, and I've lost, 3 of our last 5 shows or so. We've been going on those runs lately where I've been losing a lot. And that means that I have to change. That doesn't mean that I have to sit here and wait for you guys to do something. I got to do something to entice you. So I got to come up with a better song. Could be trolly. Could be, I don't know. We'll come up with something. Small Town MN Gal with $5 says, I live in upper central Minnesota. Even to me, that lady's accent is horrible. It really is the accent that no matter what they're saying, we all go, good. You know what? Just find somebody else to say that. It's just nothing personal. It's just we're all going to look like shit. Like I can't endorse what you're saying, even if it's totally right. You know, I'm going to cut Jordan loose because Jordan's like clearly not a fan, and we've been doing very well lately. So I don't think we need to keep guys like Jordan around. I just don't need him. He's allowed to hate from a distance, but if all you're going to do is go, yeah, I don't like you, Aaron. Look, I'm still here. You're mad about it. Cope somewhere else, brother. Red Fox mad with sorry, Jordan. I know you guys get sensitive. He says $4.99. Red Fox mad. Thank you. He says, I can't wait for summer boating and fishing weather. I love small town USA. Up north, lake life is awesome. Thank you for the $5. Oh, now everyone in the chat is saying bye, faggot. Oh, boy. That didn't work for him, did it? Ah, shoot. All right, guys, let's rally the troops. I'm not going to go Jewish on this, I don't think that. How about a Red Bar song? A Red Bar song just popped up in my For Yous. I'm going to do this song, and then I'm going to do that song. I've got the 2 rally songs ready to go. Thank you to On a Wall for the gifted membership. Holy shit, thank you, guys. Let's go, baby. You know what? This is going well. We've got options here. I'm going to smile through this. I think we can do it. Fucking throw money at the toe and let's get a win. I don't think you're going to make up for the 115 this morning. I will give you an extra half hour if you do that. I just don't think it's going to happen. Guys, the number is... Oh, well, never mind. It's $55 now. Nick, last name... Gers Rigging with $10 says, put my name back on the board. How much do I have to donate to get some stickers? I said, anyone who gives 20 tonight will get some stickers. I can't even get to the begging portion because people are throwing in. See, if we just do this during the whole fucking show, I don't get the nervous part. And we could just win and our views can be way up and our subs are way up. This stupid fucking goal is the only thing that I hate about doing the show. So just do this part at the beginning. Thank you, Nick. Let's put him back up there. Let's see. How do I put him back up at the where's my fucking thing? God, I'm losing my mind because I suck at this. There we go. 25. You are now at 25 for... Oh, God damn it. I fucked that up, too. He's in 4th. I'm sorry, guys. This is all just falling apart. This is why I don't win, because when I get money, I turn into a fucking retard. There we go. All right. Guys, you know what it is? My lost interest says, unfortunately, nervous Aaron is my favorite. We can win today. $50 away. Let's fucking go. We're doing Red Bar Rally music. This one is the Dark Arts.
Stand on that stage that way and manipulate people out of their laughs.
I'm going to manipulate you out of money. $50 away.
The devil's
NG Rigging with $20 says, let me make you work more. Make me fucking work. Make me work, my friends.
The dark arts, the devil's work.
$35 away from tonight. Let's go.
people say.
And now NG Rigging is in first place with 45.
No one doesn't like stand-up.
Yeah.
That's not real.
The dark arts. You want to be arts? Fine. The dark arts. Yeah, you're art. Dark art. The dark arts. You want to be arts? Fine. The dark arts. The devil's work.
All right.
Yo, dude, you're not funny. You're a goof. You're not funny. Yo, dude.
All right, $35 away from a win for the toe. Keep going. Let's do it. I am loving this, guys. Just finish it up. Don't let us lose twice this week. I appreciate it. My day started like great show, but I felt like shit taking an L. Let us get a W coming out of here. 35 away. You're already more than halfway from where we started. Let's go.
The devil's work.
Oh, baby. We need
They
you.
have studied the craft of I say this, you laugh. You're not supposed to actually laugh that much within an hour. So what they're doing,
Let's go.
taking those laughs. You'll pay for those later. That's very similar to doing ecstasy or MDMA.
I'm happy. I'm in a good mood. We don't want to do the, please, let's go. Just let's win and be festive, baby.
Freddy Krueger and installing them in their stomachs.
Come on, let's go. Step up.
Dark arts. You want to be arts? Fine.
Abel Graham says the cripple isn't here. Look, if you think it's Johnny's fault, then fucking win tonight. I'm fine with that.
The devil's work. Dark arts. The dark arts. You want to be arts? Fine. The dark arts.
30 seconds left in this one, and then we start the next one.
You want to be arts? Fine. The dark arts.
35 away.
Dark arts.
Wow, such power. Such control.
We got this shit.
How
Come on, boys
exciting
and girls.
is that?
You're fucking now I'm losing you. I'm losing you. Step it up. We're not losing twice in a day.
If people aren't.
Shit's going too well for this to be deflating. All right, that's song number 1. Let's fire up the second one. Come on, $35 away. Let's go, baby. I'm sweating my fucking dick off to try to make this thing go. Come on. It's too close. 35 away. Throw in. Come on. Come on. Let's go. 5 at a time. Let's do it. Don't get me this close and then rug pull me. I can't fucking handle it. This is pathetic, so I should at least be like jovial and happy about it. Let's go. Abel Graham with another membership. Don't let one person or two people do the whole thing, guys. $30 away. Everybody, just everybody with 5. Let's do it. Come on. This sucks. I hate it. Come on. $30 away. Come on. Let's go. A minute 15. Come on, $30 away. Let's win. You know how this morning I said, I'm not going to get fucking worked up and make it look pathetic when I lose? I'm all in. Chips to the middle of the table. Stop just staring at me. Throw money at the toe. Let's get a win. Von Kaiser with $5. Thank you. 25 away. 5 memberships on Rumble. Please. At least give me a win because I have sold out on patheticness right here.
I don't give a shit about dead
25 away.
$7,000.
6-foot tree with $9.99. Let's fucking go. $20. $20 for a win from the toe. Win for the toe. Come on. 10 seconds. Come on, baby. 10 seconds.
I got my $7,000. I love getting paychecks from Zionists.
$10 from David. Oh, shit. I got to read it. That's the end of the thing. $10 left. Come on. $10. Let's go. My Lost Interest says, I'm sure this won't be clipped. It's fine. I smoked all of those guys. They're dead. I buried those cockroaches. If we can get a W, I don't give a fuck if it gets clipped. An L and it gets clipped, I don't like. $10. I'm going to read this from David. Get that last 10 in there. Couple of memberships. All of you got 5. Let's do it. David with with $9.99 says, thank you for your thought-provoking commentary on life. Thank you. A gifted membership from Diamonds and Henna. $5. A measly 5 for a win from the toe. And then we can call it a W. I'm not fucking leaving. I'm not leaving. $5. You know what? I deserve it. I fucking crushed it today, morning and evening. I deserve that last 5. I could just declare it a win and say I win, whatever. But no, fuck that. I deserve this win tonight. 100%. So get that last membership in there. $1 from Anawal says 1. Go. Go. Come on. I'll wait. Deserve that 5. And if you're going to clip this mirror, hey, I don't like the toe, he's begging. Fuck you, I'm better than you, and I fucking killed you already. You're dead. You're fucking dead. Anything you say about me, you're saying it from beyond the grave because I already beat you. $1 from My Lost Interest says 2. Get that last $5 in there. Let's get a win. I'm leaning the fuck into the bit. If I'm going to be pathetic, it's all the way pathetic. I fucking kicked ass today on 2 shows. I deserve a win. Get a membership in there. Let's go, baby. No, I'm not signing off. I'm not losing tonight. Nick Gers Rigging with $1 says 3. Not losing. Abel Graham with $1. David with another $10. Says missed most of the show this morning. Please do Tom Homan stuff tomorrow. You got it. We won. Suck my fucking dick. The toe wins again. Eat my shit. I fucking killed you. Triple M, you're dead. I fucking crushed it tonight. It's all Johnny's fault that we're missing in the morning. All right, tomorrow, I want this same energy at 6 a.m. I don't want to go through this again. I'm tired of it. I look like a bag of shit. Thank you guys for the W. I will see you tomorrow morning, and we'll have a better day.